we go. Is that mic working? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stalwart Initiative. And we're back with Shade and Cinder, our Eberron D&D 5e campaign. And very, very excited to be here. Running late as usual. I wouldn't have it any other way other than running on time. That would be my preference. Someday. Aspirations. Yay. Okay, so quarantine life, week, whatever. Luckily, we are unaffected by the outside shenanigans of the world, and we're able to sit here and enjoy each other's company and enjoy the impending doom that Derek has planned for us, and some of the interesting things that it's been discussing over the last few minutes makes me both fear and joyful at the same time for our immediate future. So let's go around and introduce themselves, and then we'll turn over to Derek and hop back into Shade and Cinder. So Jillian, can you introduce yourself and Mord to us today, please?
Hey, I'm Jillian of Midgard, most places on the interwebs. Jill of Midgard on Twitter. I'm playing Morag, and she is a elf-orc hybrid who is a warlock bound to a powerful coven of hags. And she's looking to maybe be the most powerful hag of them all. But that'll only happen if we survive this terrible wasteland of horrors and destruction. So let's hope that happens.
I have faith. If anybody's gonna survive, it's probably gonna be you. Or
Just fly away
or
on our broom.
Yeah.
or it could be Cyrus. Actually, I would think it'd be hilarious if the only one of us that survives is Hans, but who kind of doesn't survive because he's undead anyway. But still, so Nate, can you introduce yourself and Cyrus to us?
Yep.
To us, please.
I'm Nate. I'm playing Cyrus. He's a paladin of the Blood of Vol and a knight of Karnath. He is probably the least likely to survive because he constantly throws himself into danger, and he likes to be the shield between monsters and his companions, and that isn't a real healthy habit. He's super excited to be in the Mournland at last, hopefully finding a cure for his aberrant dragon mark. We'll see. And maybe some evidence that one of the dragon marked houses, probably Kenneth, caused the Mourning, so he can tattle on them to the entire world. So that's what he's looking forward to.
Oh, tattling on Kenneth. Interesting. Boy, I can see our return to Sharn won't be a glorious one if ahead of us comes this. Oh yeah, and by the way, Kenneth, your fault. Awesome, but that's okay because I know whose fault that the Mourning is not. Kay, can you introduce yourself and ram me to us today, please?
It's specifically not my fault, not necessarily not Ramy's fault, but we'll see. I mean,
Yes, soon be.
Hi everyone, I'm Kay. I'm at ironic_cupcake on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram if you're into that kind of thing. I am playing Ramiel today, the cute little half-elf divine soul sorcerer. Excited and nervous because I feel my confidence levels with handling this campaign has just been fluctuating the entire time, so drastically. But we made it in and we didn't immediately die. So that's good. I mean, they always say the first day of your journey is supposed to be the telling of how your entire journey is going to go, and I guess technically on the first day of our journey we were attacked on a train. So I don't know exactly what that says, but we'll see.
It's very telling that we need to train ourselves to do better. And Midge aims to do better. Hi, I'm Stalwart. I will be playing Midge, the gnome artificer, alchemist artificer, and Silent Hydra. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the initiative. And yeah, Midge is actually growing in confidence and is super amazed. We're right on top of a giant mech type thing. So what's not to be happy about? And we're out of that membrane, that weird membrane at the edge of the Mourning. That was scary shit. Not knowing what's around us and what could happen next. Invisible things popping off next to Cyrus and stuff. Was pretty choking up a little bit at that point, but it's okay. It's a new day. Morag didn't see a giant evil undead monster walk right by us while we were all sleeping. So everything should be great, and though should especially be great because this story is brought to you by our illustrious DM, Derek. Derek, can you introduce yourself and take it away, El Capitan?
Love to. Hi everybody, I am Derek Sword. I am, as always, your DM for Eberron, Shade, and Cinder. I love being here every Saturday and seeing these lovely faces and seeing all of your lovely screen names out there as you watch us explore the horrors and terrors and wonderful abominations that the Moorland has to offer. So without any further ado, let's do this. So we'll pick up right where we left off. It is the morning in the Moorland. One of them spelled with a U, the other one's not. You all awake, having survived your first night in the Mournland, with the exception, of course, of Morag, who did not sleep, and had a bit of, even though Morag doesn't sleep, I would say that her night was restless, considering that she, more than the others, has seen what comes out at night in the Mournland, in the form of a skeleton, a colossal skeleton made from other skeletons. A true horror that even for Morag, who has seen some of the scariest things that Eberron has to offer, probably unsettled her just a little bit. So you all spent the night with Ramiel, of course, feeling a deep sense of exhaustion, and the little light that the Mournland has to offer starting to fade. So you set the Morning Star, your airship, down on a ridge near the border of the smoke mist wall. You also landed near a Warforged Colossus, the first one that you have seen, but one that was noted to you. You have chosen this morning to explore this said Colossus. It was noted to you as WX-33 Landro. And you're hoping that perhaps within this Colossus you can find something that would benefit Merrick's Kenneth. Perhaps even answer some of the many questions or mysteries that have been offered to you. This Colossus is unique from a lot of the others in that it has actually been melded into the rocky cliffside that you parked your airship on. So, morning's broken. You all awaken on the airship if you slept. You take the morning to eat the pancakes that Morag provided. She tries her best to keep the salty tears off of them because it's just not a good flavor. Is there anything any of you would like to do before going to explore the Colossus?
I think I already controlled Hans, and then I also summoned a war horse for Pondus to ride because he wanted to come with, but he was like being a big chicken about it.
Yes. Pondus has volunteered to help you all. Whistler has volunteered to watch the airship while you were gone.
Yep.
All right.
I can't think of anything. I think
Rami
brought Nathaniel with her.
Okay. That was going to ask. So, cool. Well, the Colossus is just a few hundred feet from where you parked. So you make your way there. The Landro is upright. It's standing as far as it can be. Its body is facing south towards where you're heading to Making, but its head and left arm are extended outwards towards the east. The left arm is fully extended with kind of its hand grasping towards seemingly nothing. Its right arm, leg, and lower torso are fully encompassed by the rock, with its right shoulder exposed and nearly level with the cliffside. And okay, so Pondus is standing there. He is the expert you brought along for just these situations, and he's brought along some diagrams with him, and some books. And he says, "Well, I believe that this is one of the later models of the Warforged Colossi, and we should have several access points if we climb along the shoulder line. Specifically, this one doesn't have any access points in the head area, but we should be able to find one in the shoulder joints, or barring that, the the palm should have a central access point.
What about interior defenses? Are there any like traps or anything we should worry about?
Yes, yes. Very likely there are numerous traps within. These were built late in the war. Only actually, this one I believe was built just 2 weeks before the calamity of the Mourning. So I don't believe this one saw any combat. But yes, they were built to stomp onto a battlefield, crush anyone beneath it, and blast horrific skin-melting fire onto everyone else. And barring any of that, if someone tried to climb up or inside, there are numerous traps to prevent that. Yes.
How courageous.
Did they have like men inside, or were they autonomous?
Yes, yes. A Warforged Colossus has the potential to operate by itself, but at a lowered capacity. A Warforged Colossus typically ran with a crew of 3 individuals and was also a troop transport. So many of them also had a barrack section. The intention being that they would break through a castle's walls, and then the forces within would spill out and do what they do.
So we may find that this low mileage Colossus may have been full of people.
It's possible, I suppose.
Gross.
Well, if there's a way for us to get in, there was probably a way for them to get out.
Unless they were killed by whatever fused us into the rock.
Well,
That would have been 5 years ago, right?
Yes, 4 years ago. I think it's 4 years ago.
I thought it was 5.
You guys might be right.
The anniversary.
Get the
been
binder
5 years.
out.
It's a
Where's
5-year
the
anniversary.
cheat sheet?
It
They were
is 5
celebrating
years. You're right.
in
It's 5
Shine.
years. Yeah. It was 994 YK, which I don't remember what YK stands for, but that's their marker. So 994 was the day of mourning. 999 is the current year.
Why would they put traps if there are supposed to be people potentially coming in and out of it? Like, wouldn't that hinder them as well?
Well, the people getting out have their access points that are accessible only from the inside. But the concern is, you have to understand, a Warforged Colossus is mostly hollow. You can move up and down the legs and arms, and the concern is that if someone were to breach an access point in the legs, or if someone were to use some type of method of flight and access another access point, that they could then get inside the Colossus, perhaps murder the captain, or perhaps try to sabotage from within. And the traps were known to the crew, but not to an invader.
And we don't happen to know about any of the traps, do we?
I have some notes that show what some traps might be, or where they might be, but it's not a guarantee. Actually, Ramiel, it is somewhat fortunate that you are here. One of the people that would operate a Colossus like this would have a Mark of the Storm, so perhaps your mark might actually gain us some access and bypass some traps. I do hope so, at least.
Oh, well, then if you see anything that you think I could help with, Pondus, please let me know.
I certainly shall.
Ooh, she's got the inside again. Wow, she gets all the cool jobs.
Let's go
And
kick in some doors.
Yes, let's be very gentle and careful about opening doors. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, how about we don't kick?
And also, as far as any pipe dreams anyone might have about operating this thing, we only have 1/3 of the marks required to do so. And trying to operate these otherwise is asking for your mind to be taken over by an artificial intelligence, the like of which we don't know its origin. All right.
Have you seen Morag's collection? Maybe we've got what we need.
Morag, what do you have in your collection?
Well, I'm assuming I have to do some dark ritual to like fuse these to somebody, but I do have a disembodied mark of Orion, a disembodied mark of Lyander, and a disembodied mark of Civis.
Well, let me double check here. I don't think that is what we actually need.
I
And
assume we'll need a making mark, probably.
yeah, he pulls out his notes, and yes, you're absolutely right that a mark of making is required. So that would be a mark of House Cannith, which I don't believe Morag does have. My
Not
checker device.
yet.
Not
Also,
yet.
it,
Yeah.
it seems like driving this thing's probably not an option since it's like fused into the mountain, though, right?
Yes, an additional good point. But should we find another one, we certainly would need a member of House Cannith with a mark, and we would also need a person to be a helmsman with a mark of passage, which I suppose Morag does have one of those from Orion. So
Don't-
we're 2/3 of the way there.
Don't ask her how she got it.
Oh, I know exactly how she got it. I was there. I
Oh,
threw
that's
up.
right.
Yeah. Yes.
I threw up. Hey, Pondus, do you have any theories on how this thing got fused into the mountain? I can't see any like glaring obvious things that would explain this.
That's where my question is as well. I do know that many times the scaffolding and the workshops that were made to create these things were built into mountainsides, the structure already being there for the security and whatnot. But no, the only thing I can imagine is that whatever happened with the morning that did this. That's my theory.
Wow, tough break. All right, so it's so weird that they would. It would be a requirement for 3 different houses to be involved with operating one of these. Should one of the 3 houses get into a tiff with another house, that could bring the whole orchestration of these things down, couldn't it?
I suppose so, yes, but I think that's always been a common thread is that the houses have always been in their own separate alliance.
Having 3 that specialize in several different powers is a good way of running things.
Yeah.
Well, I should also say that if we were to find something inside of here we might actually find something very useful. The connectivity network that operates a Warforged Colossus is detailed and very valuable and very rare. In fact, the reason that more of them haven't been built, aside from the fact that there isn't a war, is I believe that the methods to create them were left here in Sire. There are.
Would Lord Merrick's appreciate something like that? Is that something we could take with us?
I believe it's something that he doesn't have access to. It should be something that he would appreciate. Certainly, I mean, like I said, these were some of the latest of what Warforged became. These were intended to be war enders. These were meant to go into foreign lands and absolutely decimate the peoples and places there. It is only because of the events of the morning that they weren't used any further. But yes, there are docent nodes spread throughout with a central true docent, which I should say is a sphere that contains a type of ancient artificial intelligence that we found specifically in Zendrick, and we've utilized them to connect the massive structure and command it. The captain, a member of House Kenneth, would wear a mithril helmet, which I hope that is intact, or that should be valuable regardless of its operational capacity. And with some semi-organic wires would connect to the docent structure and then allow him to control the entire construct.
Is the artificial intelligence kind of like Nathaniel? Is that something we could take out and bring with us? Because I can take him and bring him places with me.
It is separate from you could certainly remove it, but it is not. I don't want to say it's an elemental. There are the potential for elementals in there. That's what the weapons were used. And also the powering of the structure was a large kyber dragon shard that could potentially contain elementals. But no, the weapons we're elementally powered. The docent itself is we don't know exactly what it is, but we know that it is something with an extreme level of intelligence. Um,
It's giant tech, right?
when honestly not sure. We found them, and some Warforged even today are able to incorporate them into their bodies and gain a number of advantages from it. But as I understand, it has thoughts and wants of its own.
If we bring this back, couldn't Canada start making these Warforged Colossuses again? Wouldn't that be bad?
Well, potentially they could make this, or they could make something else. They could make a non-military structure. They could make a new type of transportation, which is able to operate on its own. I'm not. It's not my place to say that, given the opportunity, everyone will make weapons of war. I like to think that perhaps we can create things from peace, from the things that we invent during war.
I'm watching Cyrus's face as he says that line.
Cyrus has got a frown on his face right now.
Yeah.
Lord Merrick seemed very kind. I don't think he would do something so sad like this.
But his aunt, I think, tried to assassinate him. Like, not all of his family is great, and if we bring this technology back, who knows what the various branches of them could use it for.
But this is for him to stake his own claim so he can be in charge. He specifically doesn't... He said he didn't want anything to do with his other family who was trying to hurt him.
I'm just saying we should be careful what we're doing here. We could be setting up several nations to be invaded or conquered. The
Maybe.
dragon-marked houses are just... They go by whoever the highest bidder is, so whoever pays them the most money gets to conquer all of Khorvaire. It's not really how I would do it.
Maybe we should leave the docent here if we find it.
I think we could
We'll
take it with us,
see.
but we don't have to turn it over to him. Who knows?
But
We
by
should
your
at least have a negotiation.
theory, Mr. Cyrus, that's pretty much the same thing no matter what we do. It's
Mm-hmm.
putting in somebody's hands that could turn it around and destroy everything. So if we leave it here, at least has a better chance of not destroying everything again.
Maybe we can find a way to blow it up so it doesn't fall into anybody's hands. I'd hate to see
think
what
we
Icar the
should-
Black would do with it.
I think we should avoid blowing anything up here at all costs.
I thought
We're
that was why we
staking
came
a
here.
lot on something that might not even exist.
Yeah, well,
Not that far into the morning, this could have been
right.
plundered already. It's marked on map.
Let's
Yeah.
cross that bridge when we come to it. I guess once we get inside and see what's going on.
You
Hmm.
first.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I guess that probably is his job, is to go first, isn't it?
Wait.
It's up to him.
Let's take a look at what we're dealing with first. Hold on. No, don't rush in there. You don't have to be the bomb shield. If we take our time, right? Let's check out our first access point. Pondus, you said that you gave us a rundown. Any recommendations on where to start?
Well, I believe that the best access point should be through the palm of the outstretched arm. So we should make our way carefully across the arm and try to access it from there. If you are worried about falling, I highly suggest a rope.
I can
Rope it
carry
up.
one other person with me on my broom.
You want to go have Pondus go with you again?
He
Since
said
you
a
had so
horse.
much fun last time. The horse can't go on the arm, I don't think.
Can your horse fly?
No, not yet. I need more
terrible
paladin
horse.
levels.
Pondus can ride with me if he wants to.
Dibs.
I guess the rest of us are roping it up and climbing. I'll have the horse stay outside and just kind of keep an eye out. I can communicate with it telepathically, so if it sees anything dangerous approaching, it'll let me know.
Okay. And this is, I think you described before, like a skeletal,
A
spectral horse.
Skeletal, like scary-looking demon fiend horse.
Fits right in with the Mournland. It's like part of the natural like layout of the land.
And
Absolutely.
Cyrus at this point is in all black, like heavy plate, spiky armor with a dread helm now too. So he also looks scary.
Cyrus is scary.
It's
Has,
very
has
nice.
Cyrus taken his armor off? Does he take his armor off to sleep?
Yes.
Okay. He would have noticed that his aberrant mark is activated, as it were, in the same way that he's noticed that Remiel's mark takes on a certain energy to it when she's using it, especially when she's piloting. Cyrus's mark has been activated since you entered the Mournland. For
I
certain.
imagine he checks it every night before bed just to kind of check its progress, see what's going on with it, if there's any changes, especially since he entered the Mournland. So he's probably paying very close attention to it.
It's a lot like icy hot. It has like this weird kind of frozen burning sensation. It's not intense in the sense that it causes him any pain or discomfort, but it's noticeable that it's there.
Okay.
And can Morag's Eldritch Sight see the mark through his armor?
The armor I'm wearing is magical, so I don't know if that would have an effect.
I guess Morag would be able to detect both of them then. So she would see the aura of the magic, but she would also be able to tell that there is something underneath. That's something about actually even Cyrus himself would probably be giving off an aura at this point, even more than the mark. But you would notice
Aberrant magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a chaotic form of magic for sure.
I look at Midge and I look at Cyrus and I'm like, who's scarier now? Me or him?
Still you.
I washed my hair.
You did wash your hair. It looks lovely.
I feel like Midge as an alchemist could like whip up a nice shampoo conditioner hybrid for you to use.
I mean,
That's what you should be using your powers for, Midge.
they used to call me Professor Pantene, but then I got into the street pharmacy business and I was discredited.
Street pharmacy business sounds like a nice way of putting drug dealer.
Yeah,
what do you do? I'm a street pharmacist.
They kept saying that. I don't understand why.
Poor Midge was run out of time by Professor Tresemme. You just seen it. All right. Well, okay. So for those of you who are traversing the shoulders and an arm of this structure, go ahead and make a dexterity check. I suppose Morag is going to be pretty straightforward and use her broom for this.
So we're climbing the rope, or we have a rope helping somehow.
I think the idea is because basically you're going to be walking straight across this thing. The shoulder is flush with the cliff, and so you have to walk across the shoulders, but you're basically walking along an arm to get to the palm, and then there's an entry point in the palm. So the rope is mostly, I think, tied between you.
Okay.
Or maybe it's you could tie it around the neck, tie it to the cliff.
Yeah, Mori could secure it somewhere for us to make it easier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just walking.
And then are we make a dexterity saving throw, or do you want an acrobatics
just
check?
a check, yeah. Just if you can use athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, I'd much rather use athletics.
Okay.
All horrible, no matter what I look.
I have a spell that might be able to help.
Okay.
But... No, I would. Well, if I cast it on myself and I could use the rope to move myself around, I have levitate.
Okay.
If I cast that on myself, then I could just kind of shimmy along the rope.
Mm-hmm.
They
Right?
could pull you like a balloon.
Yeah, because it says like I can't necessarily control. I can't necessarily control where I'm moving.
If you levitate yourself, I could pull you up with me in the broom.
Yeah, you could just hang onto the broom.
Yeah.
I want to do that. Can I? Just kind of like holding her hand.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll cast.
Well, if everybody's going to be like flying except for me and Cyrus, then Cyrus, I'll whip you up once since I got lucky in one of my rando free ones. By the way, the two elixirs you two had they went away.
Gone.
They're inactive now at dawn. But one of the ones I did whip up was a flight one, so I will use a level 1 spell slot, whip up another flight one, and give it to you, Cyrus. So for 10 minutes you have a fly speed of 10 feet, and when you drink it you get...
I can fly!
You get 2d6 plus 5, 10 pit points. So yeah,
All right, so
I will.
Cyrus thinks some happy thoughts, which probably involves skeletons and vampires and shit.
It involves never dying. That's Cyrus's happy thoughts. Whatever the
Yeah.
opposite of dolor is, that's what Cyrus thinks about.
Midge pulls out some fairy dust, sprinkles it, and yeah, light is engaged.
Off,
Okay.
my child, off.
So I get temporary HP too. I gotta roll that.
Yeah, 2d6
How long-
plus 5.
How long does that last? Is that
Till
just
you-
until it's gone, right?
Long rest. Temp HP is
13.
resets on long rest, I believe.
Or until you get another source of it, because I know you
Yes.
can only have one.
Yep.
So I got 13.
All right.
Cool.
So yeah, Pondus gets to the entry point, and Morag, you watch as he pulls off a metal plating that's actually in the palm itself, and is able to kind of twist some wires and press a couple buttons, and you see this circular porthole open in the palm, and it's wide enough for all of you to enter, I would say, comfortably. Once you get inside, the entryway isn't necessarily tall enough for you to stand up, except for probably Midge. It does have, it is horizontal, but it does have a ladder type system kind of built into part of it, so that if the arm was vertical, you could ascend or descend. But yeah, I would say that everybody could probably get by with bending over or maybe even crawling, with probably Midge being able to stand up and walk normally.
You guys want me to go first? I'll look for nifty things that could blow us up.
Yeah, are you the one most likely to spot a trap and or disarm it? Probably.
If I'm not,
Nah.
I'll make sure I am.
Okay.
So
And
when
I'll-
you say that, the length of the arm actually has lights that kind of click on periodically throughout. It does leave a couple of dark spots, but you can see the couple 100 feet, the length of this arm. I guess it would be about 150 feet long, and it looks. You can see the joint of the elbow. You can see the end where the shoulder joint would be. It doesn't seem like there's too much else in here. It's very metallic. It's a very heavy, warm kind of air inside. This hasn't gotten a lot of fresh air in a long time. But you're not really picking up on too much else right
So
Yeah, Midge, if you want to go first, I'll back you up.
yeah, I can actually hopefully stand up through most of this. And so it's like 4.5 feet or something like that, or 5 foot clearance.
now. It's
down?
about it would probably be about 4 feet clearance.
Okay. Ooh, tight squeeze. Okay, yeah, I'll hop down in and immediately just start looking around. Not only just because I'm fascinated with this whole thing and the fact that we have running lights now, and oh boy, just fascinating. I try to focus on things that could kill us, and slowly begin to start walking ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. If you're looking for traps, go ahead and roll a perception check. Do you have access to thieves' tools or anything like that?
I do.
Yeah, I think all artificers come with them.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you want me to do an investigation check or a perception check? Like, is something...
I guess that's up to you. If you were specifically looking for traps, it's probably investigation. If you're just trying to keep your eye out for anything, it's probably more perception.
Okay. Yeah, I'm moving pretty slow and specifically looking for that.
Can
Can
I give
I-
him the help action so he has advantage?
Yeah, what are you doing to help?
Just also keeping an eye out and, I don't know, just looking over his shoulder
Okay.
and kind of like pointing at things like, oh, hey, what's that? Did you look at that? What's that over there?
I'd say especially with Pondus, since he has his diagram which shows where traps normally are laid out. Yeah, I would say that Midge certainly has advantage on that, so we'll take the 22 for that.
Okay.
So Pondus says typically most traps are in the joints. So the elbow should be our first concern. Every now and then the ladders have a weak rung on them that somebody might fall out, but that's not a concern for us in this case necessarily. So Midge, you get up to the elbow, and just as Pondus noted, there absolutely is a trap. There is a small kind of nozzle which you're able to follow along and connect that it is attached to a source of alchemist fire. That this would probably incinerate anybody who was passing through and tripped on the trigger, which is near the where you all are moving right now.
Can you disable it, Midge?
Nozzle tough. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely more complex than the old rung on the ladder trick, but I can I can probably fiddle around with that. That shouldn't be too bad.
Okay. So go ahead and roll something with your thieves tools.
Okay. Which one? All right, I think I'll just do it.
I tell him not to disappoint us, and I cast guidance on him, so he gets an extra 1d4.
Ah.
Okay. Roll that extra 1d4.
I
Okay.
get the feeling that disappointing Morag is probably a bad thing.
Yes. In every circumstance.
Oh,
I'm
So
gonna get
helpful.
that's okay because I'm gonna give myself. I'm gonna see that I'm struggling with it.
Flash
I-
your
I-
genius.
I'm
I
gonna.
was
flash-
going to say that is exactly what you needed.
Yep. I'm
If,
gonna.
if you don't want to use something, that 13 is just enough.
Well, I'm probably still gonna waste it.
Okay.
I'm gonna use flash. Yeah, because I'm gonna see that even with some kind of like spiritual esque, massaging of the shoulders, that one the guidance got me. I'm still feeling a little less than confident because I'm not used to this kind of technology. So
It's probably because it felt like a Morag massage, and that's just
ah.
fingers are just a little
every
too
time
long.
I cast
Bony
a
fingers.
spell with a vocal component, everybody feels like it's being whispered right into their ear.
It feels warm.
So yeah, I'll flash a genius that and kind of wipe the sweat off and squint and okay, just a little bit more careful now and click clack whatever you want to of how you envision this being disarmed.
I imagine you take some like putty and just shove it in the nozzle.
We're good, everybody.
Yeah, so you know the trigger being a pressure plate, you're able to use a small metal wedge, kind of place it under the pressure plate, so everybody can pass through without any severe issue or injury. All right, and you do you keep moving?
Yeah, if everybody's cool with it, we're keep going.
Yeah, Pondus, we're trying to get to the core, right? Like that's the idea.
Well, there's two parts that might be useful to us. The head is the captain's station and also the gunner station for the weapons specialist or weapons officer. I'm sorry, which is from the Mark of the Storm. That's what Ramiel would do. Those are both in the cranium area, and then the power core is in the torso of the Colossus. Both of those would be valuable to anyone, but especially Lord Max.
All right. Well, let's check both. We're probably close to the head as we're heading towards the shoulder, right?
Yes, head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
I knew that was fucking coming.
Yeah, let's
Why did we bring
start
you?
The head, let's start the head first.
Yes, Midge, I heard that you did something with Pantene. I've always preferred head and shoulders.
Well, no one can save your nasty scalp.
Oh,
just saying.
it's
I'm
getting
just saying.
mean.
It's you know what?
It's okay. You just made me a little Selsun blue.
I don't know.
I cast Bane on
Yeah. I feel suddenly a little more worthless. Damn it.
I think I have bestow curse now too. I could do that.
Right, we'll just finish.
Everybody hate Pondus.
Yeah.
All right. So you continue moving. As soon as you pass that trap, you actually hear a voice kind of reverberate through the metallic hollow structure of this arm. It says, "Welcome, crew. Identify yourselves."
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Rami.
We have some old access codes that should get us through.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
wait.
on
Don't
Rami's face.
Rami.
Maybe.
Rami, say
We have
it's-
the Glimmerweave or something, right? From House Cannith. Maybe that'll work.
I think they
Well,
give
it's wanting like a
charisma.
vocal, like
Identify Dragon Mark Officer.
Remy.
Tries to like sit up straight and like conks her head on the narrow like passageway. Just, ow. I am the officer of House Lyrandar.
Weapons Officer confirmed. Welcome.
That's
You don't
better
hear
than
anything?
terminate, I guess.
Yeah, and we're her +5. So,
Weapons officer and guests.
ask it to disarm the personnel trap thingy, Madujis. The anti establishment,
Anti-disestablishmentarianism?
yes, those traps. It's
Confirmed.
written.
Personnel
Longest
traps?
word in common.
Okay.
Please, unarm all traps.
Confirmed. Disarming all traps. Error. Error. Unable to disarm traps. Connection error.
Just kind of like looks at everyone like.
You
It
tried.
was nice of him to tell us that he didn't do it,
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
just letting us assume.
You tried.
All right, I guess we still have to take it pretty careful.
Okay.
You know, time for
I'm
this.
impressed that it still has this amount of functionality.
Honestly.
It's been just kind of preserved in a mountain, right?
Still, like after being exploded by whatever the hell exploded everything else, like I'm impressed.
Yeah, we still don't know what's in here. So be ready to do something, Mr. Cyrus. I will.
Depending on our marching order, crawling order, I think Mourning has to crawl because she's 6'2". I'll keep my Elder Sight up going for sensing magic, reminding you that it's blocked by 1 inch of metal, so anything behind
Right.
metallic surfaces wouldn't be sensed. But
Yeah,
just
so
in case.
Morag's got, literal tunnel vision at this point. And the only magic that's really being given off would kind of come from the lights. It's the same kind of magic that provides the magic Everbright lanterns. But yeah, not a lot else.
Okay. Well, let's mosey on, and yeah, just Cyrus, just be ready for me to. Where the fuck is Hans? Where's Hans at?
Hans is probably back on the ship helping Whistler keep watch.
Okay.
So I probably just gave him orders to patrol the ship and defend himself and listen to Whistler.
Okay. I will wedge myself between and behind you.
Conversation.
Yeah, the only less glib person than Whistler is Hans. So.
Yeah.
Whistler, what's your favorite song?
Hmm.
Mine too.
We'll push
Sound
on
of silence.
carefully towards the head.
So you make your way to the shoulder joint. You aren't able to identify any traps there. There is a closed porthole. And Pondus kind of comes up next to you and says, it should be locked from the other side, but we should be able to access it. Let me see if I can remember code for this. Let's see, it was Landro was WX33. And you see that there is a almost what you would identify as a keypad next to it. Oh, that's right. This one was so new they hadn't reset the codes for it yet. Midge, press 1, 2, 3, 4.
Really?
Wow.
Okay. Does it look like this thing has any kind of sensors to tell what kind of hand is touching the keypad?
It does not.
Biometric.
I want to make sure we don't have to get Rami to touch it or something of that variety. Okay, if it doesn't, then yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll cringe back a little bit.
Yeah, beep beep beep, and the porthole opens.
Interesting. I'm not going in yet. I like to poke my little head in and look around.
Yeah, it's dark on the other side. Go ahead and since we'll consider this a new area, go ahead and do another perception check.
Perception.
This one will be perception.
Okay. Can I get a little love, Morg? A little,
I'll help you still.
little.
A breath.
Oh.
I quickly run down how a military person like checks stuff like with precision. Like, oh, it's this corner, then that corner, and then you sweep your vision this way to give him help.
Sweet, wait, you sweet. Yeah, you can't even move your head though. Okay. All right.
That's why I have to do it this way. Like, I have to be very specific about it because otherwise I can't see where I'm going.
Yeah.
So it is dark, but Midge does have dark vision, whereas Cyrus doesn't. So Cyrus is like, yeah, check that corner. And Midge is like, that's not a corner. That's not.
I could light up my sword if that would help.
No. I don't
Would
want
help
things.
Cyrus.
Yeah, I don't want things to know we're here. If
I think the entire thing we're inside of knows we're here right now.
Well, I just hope, horror nightmare things. That's
Oh,
what I'm more. That's what I'm more worried about.
So Midge, speaking of horror nightmare things,
Midge, why did you do that?
That right there.
you do notice with a perception check like that, you are able to hear kind of a skittering sort of sound, almost like well, what I'll compare it to is a dog on a hardwood floor that hasn't had its claws trimmed in a while, kind of like that click clack sound. And you kind of hear it towards the far end of what you can see is basically the chest of the torso. You've made it through the shoulder into the chest. You kind of catch something with your dark vision, but because it's totally black in here, it's dim, and you see something small just kind of skitter down one of the into a corner essentially, and down through a hole.
Midge, what the hell was that?
There's things in here, and I don't like it. So,
I'll light up my sword now.
no, wait. It's just gonna light up here. We're not gonna be able to see them. They're gonna be able to see us. Better.
They already saw you. That's why I
Better.
ran.
I know, but listen. Okay, so what's the torso? So this is supposed to be the epicenter of where the docent is and all that other shit. So what's it look like? Is it just a big empty chasm with ladders? And
Yeah.
then-
So you turned upon us. Actually, the docent is going to be in the head, the upper head area. That's where the captain, the pilot, would stand and operate this. The power source is going to be lower in the lower abdomen, where the stomach essentially is. The level that we are currently on and the level directly below us work as barracks and officers' chambers. And as Cyrus does light up his sword and illuminate, once again, some ever-bright lanterns shut on and show you that there is kind of a three-tiered space. There's a small hallway before you, which has an open doorway. And beyond that, there is kind of what you would kind of almost look at as a mess, maybe like a mess hall. There's a table with some chairs around it, and a doorway beyond that. And the doorway beyond that is where you saw this mysterious thing skitter into.
I'll also use one of my divine senses.
Okay.
I'll throw that in chat. And anything not in total cover, fiend, undead, celestial, in this like cavity area, chest cavity area.
None of the above.
Yep.
I have.
Skittering is a word we hear often in Bruin. There's
Yeah.
a lot of skittering things there.
You just skitter on down to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Skid. Oh shit! I didn't mean to post that. Are there any loose things laying around, like nuts or wires or any of that kind of stuff?
The structure seems pretty intact. There are some papers that are spread out on the table. You see at least one panel seems to be open. It has exposed wire, but not like crackling electricity exposed wire. But it looks like maybe there was a little bit of maintenance being done in here, that maybe this thing wasn't fully operational. when it became fused to the rock.
Oh,
But
okay.
all in all, it looks pretty clean. It looks pretty organized.
Ponda said it was like one of the newest models that hadn't seen much action yet, right?
Yeah, to his knowledge, it had not seen any action.
So it's got
any
that
skirmishes or
new
combat.
Colossi smell still.
Yeah, you look up and there's a small like pine tree air freshener hanging from everywhere.
Well, at least they have class. Okay, so it
so
doesn't
yeah,
look like Jawas made their way in here and started fucking taking all the stuff out of it. Okay.
Utini, no, they did not.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Look, I can kind of sneak around here, but I don't know how I don't know how to do this. But I'm trying. I'm having a hard time envisioning the layout. Like once we get into the chest cavity area. So is it? Are we all going to be able to fit around like in this walkway and still be able to see each other before that hallway? I don't.
You're muted, Dirk.
Yeah, you're muted.
I'm sorry. It is a 10-foot hallway that then opens up into a larger room. The room itself is 30 feet by 15 feet, or 15 by 30.
How high are the ceilings?
They're high enough for you all to stand up. Yeah, you kind of get the idea that the crawl spaces, as they were, are probably in the limbs, since those are typically something you would climb a ladder up, not walk horizontally through.
Okay. And how does it look like we would get to other tiers from here?
Yeah, are you don't see any clear points from where you are, because you are still in the shoulder joint right now. So if you were to move into the room, there might be some better access points.
Okay.
I'll go in front then.
Okay.
If we've got some sort of threat, and I don't. He said Ponda said traps are mostly in joints, right? So this probably wouldn't be trapped.
Yeah, you turn to Pondas. Yes, typically they don't trap the officers' quarters. Officers are very grumpy when they get poison darts shot at them when they're trying to discuss battle tactics.
I can confirm that. That is true. Okay, so I'll lead the way in with sword lit up.
Okay. Yeah, so your sword's lit, but so is the area itself. And you walk into, once again, this 15 by 30 room with the table, several kind of built-in benches around it. And like I said, there's some paperwork kind of scattered. There's a battle map, which, to your knowledge, is severely outdated. It actually shows, the Thrainish forces that were outside of one of the major cities in Sire that obviously aren't there anymore. It shows the Carnathi battlefront where you yourself were stationed. That, of course, isn't there anymore. So it seems like what is left is left from the final days of the war.
Rami's gonna kind of stack up some papers, just why not, and just kind of stuff them into a little side bag she has just to bring with them, just in case.
Okay. Are you reading through any of it, or is she just packing it away?
She's kind of glancing, just out of curiosity, just to see, perhaps getting a general idea of the subject matter of what all this is.
Mm-hmm. They
but not
seem to...
reading passages.
Yeah, they seem to Rami's knowledge to be combat orders that perhaps Lando is going to be sent into combat relatively soon. And you do note that almost every one of them are signed by Starin to Kenneth.
Okay.
What do we know about him?
Ooh.
You can do a history check. I don't know if Starin has necessarily been mentioned
I don't
yet.
recognize the name.
I don't think so.
I recognize the Kenneth.
Yeah, that's what
I would hope so.
I mean, we do work for
At this
Yes.
point in the game,
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's good
Jillian, you had a chance to get a 0.
Morag.
Don't mock my intelligence.
oh,
Morag,
sure.
as this citizen of the world that she is, would
Holy
recognize, and yeah, definitely Midge. Starin to Kenneth was at the time, right before the Mornland, the patriarch of House Cannith. He is Merrick's grandfather, and he died a day before the Mourning, which essentially left the power vacuum that should have fallen to his eldest son, Merrick's father, who died in the Mourning. And that's what left the
Okay.
power vacuum, where Merrick's is now technically
Fair.
is supposed to inherit, but the claim is also the claim is also from his uncle and his aunt. His aunt actually technically being the oldest, but who has a lot of indiscretions under her belt.
She likes to assassinate people. That doesn't make you a very good CEO of a company.
You know,
Or
actually,
that.
we'll say with a role like that, Midge would have heard certainly in his travels that Jorlana DeCanneth likes to sleep with other Dragonmark houses, and that's not okay. They don't permit that because
Gotta
that's how you
make
get
some
aberrant
fucked up
dragon
kids.
marks.
Oh, that's right. With two different dragon marks come together, they can make an aberrant.
Yeah, you can
Oh.
potentially get a mark of death, and so it is heavily frowned upon. And it's still even rumored today that she has a boy toy from another house.
Wow.
You heard all this in the salons where you were peddling your shampoo elixir.
Yeah, all these.
That's
I
right.
rumors.
I wasn't peddling, I was providing a service. And salons and barbershops have great sources of intel.
Uh-huh.
Does Mid share like all that?
Absolutely.
Okay. And then Rami's going to try to just like, okay, that sounds important to Merrick's. Just like get anything she can find that has like that signature or that name on it. Just that sounds important to him. He might need that. I don't know.
Even
Forge
if he
some
doesn't,
documents,
it'll probably have
like-
a lot of sentimental value to him. It's got
Yeah.
his grandfather's name on it.
Yeah. So she's grabbing up like all the paperwork and whatnot that she can find like that.
I think that is
So
our
as you all are looking around this room, Rami has grabbed the papers off the desk. As you look towards what would be the front of the chest, you do see a weapon porthole, which does have a small elemental ballista attached to it.
Similar to the one we have on our ship.
Much smaller, but similar too, certainly. And then there is a doorway which would lead you, I guess, further towards the entity's right, further towards the cliff.
Tell
So
me
Cyrus
more.
is still checking for threats. He's not really like looking around. He's
And
spotting whatever was skittering around.
The elemental ballista dimensions. How big and heavy do you think?
It is about what would be a heavy crossbow,
Oh, so it's like a mounted heavy crossbow, more or less.
pretty much, yeah.
Is it mounted where it can't be picked up and moved?
If Morag wants to take a look at it, she would notice that it does have kind of a detachment part. It operates very similar to a heavy crossbow, and certainly could be removed from its stand and taken with.
Do we want this? I can put it in my bag of holding.
It's just a crossbow, isn't it? More or
It's
less.
an elemental crossbow.
Ooh.
Yeah, take it.
Huh.
Sure.
Can't hurt. Maybe either if Merrick's doesn't want it, then
We can
sell
put
it, or who
on our
knows?
ship.
Exactly. We could use it. I mean, we only have one.
Whistler. He can use it, right? He
We
can't
all have
shoot.
ranged cantrips here. I think we'll be okay. But if
I
you
put
guys
it in the
want to
bag.
take it.
Why not?
Okay.
I just
It's
But-
treasure.
Putting it in your bag of holding?
Yeah.
Or is Morag like mounting this heavy crossbow on her back,
Right.
Schwarzenegger style?
on her broom, so
Yeah.
she can fire it while she's flying.
it'd be awesome.
Why not?
I put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. All right. So yes, this is essentially, it has the same stats as a heavy crossbow. It does fire lightning bolts.
Righteous.
Yes, so it does lightning damage as opposed to your traditional regular bolt. Hi, good dog. Hi, you're a good dog. Okay, I'm playing make believe right now. Go
Which
upstairs.
the dog is it?
It's Saxon.
Hi,
He always
Saxon.
he always comes down and bumps down the stairs because he wonders if I'm still here. Okay, so yes, there is a closed door on the far end of the wall. There doesn't seem to be too much else in here unless Midge wanted to do anything with that exposed panel.
So we're in the chest cavity now. Is that right?
Yes, you are. You could imagine that the heavy crossbow that Morag just picked up would be a nipple. It would be it's a nipple porthole.
I don't want to imagine that.
I'm gonna call it
Have
the
to.
nipple.
You have to. I'm the
Writing
DM.
that
You
down.
have to imagine it now.
right? Now I have to imagine robot nipples.
It's
Yeah.
my game. You have to imagine it.
Wow, it shot
Um,
out of its nipples.
So this area is secure. We haven't found any threats.
You don't see any threats. It's well lit. Doesn't seem to be any threats.
I don't want to go snooping around that panel. I
I
just
should
want...
also note that as you moved through the arm, the lights did shut off once you
Yeah, I
stopped
noticed.
moving. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
And-
so we have a door, and could we go up to the head?
There are no entry points in this room.
Okay. So the door is it, right?
Yeah, unless you want to turn back.
The door it is.
Okay. So it's very much like a submarine hatch. You know, it has like the step on the bottom, the center kind of circular doorknob, I suppose. So you turn that with a little bit of oomph. It has some give to it. Once again, it seems like it's been a while. Yeah, and you open that hatch, and once again, you are now in a center room. And yeah, once again, the lights flicker on. This is a much more narrow room. It's only would be 10 by probably 20, or maybe even 25. You do see at the far end what would be the back of this Warforge. There is a ladder, which does seem to go both up and down. It does have kind of a point where you could descend or ascend.
Kind of like the spine.
Very much so, yeah. Yeah, and to the front, you see a magical ballista, much similar to the one that you have attached to the ship. It is much larger.
Pair of
Um,
nipples.
This one would be like a third nipple. This is in the center.
bigger than the other two.
Yes, this is a center cannon, because Warforged were supposed to be the best of us. They have 3 nipples.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Anything else in this room? We obviously can't take that giant gun and put it in a bag and leave with it.
Yeah, that one looks a little too big, I think, right?
There is another door which you could imagine would lead to a mirror room from the one that you just came with.
From
That
the
almost-
other to the other nipple.
To the other nipple, yeah. The structure, what Pondas kind of shows you, because he does, show you the diagrams of everything. It's almost like these 2 rooms would be lungs, with this center portion being the sternum, and with, yes, absolutely, the latter acting very much as a spine.
What do you think, gang? Do we want to go up to the head first?
Yes.
Morag is sketching all of this into her book of shadows, and she's like, starting at the head, working our way down is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we should go to the head.
Let's go up the ladder then.
Okay, who's heading up first?
Me probably.
Okay. So you make your way up the ladder to the mouth level. The ladder, once again, it's continuous. Are you stopping at the first level? You do see that there's another one above you as well.
Yeah, we should probably go level by level, I would think.
Okay.
So we'll clear each level as we go.
All right. You get to the mouth level, wherein there is it's different from the magical ballista you've seen before. It is very clearly a weapon. Any of us would recognize it as a very steampunky looking laser gun. But to all of you, there's hoses attached to this thing. It's cylindrical, very shiny metal with these kind of like dark onyx pieces built into it. It almost has like these glass reservoirs towards the barrel, and it is connected by several attachments to a rather large dragon shard, which Remy would note is similar to Nathaniel's, but shaped differently and definitely giving off a different energy.
Oh, so this is where the Lyrindar gunner would be then, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You would note that this is definitely where the weapons officer would probably operate the most powerful weapon on this thing, which is it's essentially a blaster that annihilates everything in its path. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
From the mouth?
And
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a
Yes,
mouth
this-
nipple?
It's not
It's
nipple.
not.
I mean, I'm
a
not
nipple.
a doctor, Kyle, but it is. I suppose if you were to call it something,
I don't
it
know.
would be a
You-
mouth
you ma-
nipple.
you
That's
made it
the
sound
medical
like-
term for it.
Yeah,
Mouth
you
nipple.
made it sound like all the weapons here have to be nipples, everybody.
It is an
agree.
incinerating beam. So it is essentially a blast of molten fire. In most cases, Pondus does note several of them also did have different elemental things. That some of them could build use a rock elemental to build defenses. Some of them would use air elementals to blow their foes away, or lightning. But most commonly, yes, it was a blast of molten fire which would melt the skin off of the bones of their enemies. Or if their enemies were bones, in the sense of Karnath, they would melt them into absolute slag.
Anything we can salvage from this?
I think there's still something in the dragon shard. I can feel it. I don't know if it's a fire elemental, though. It doesn't feel like Nathaniel.
It definitely does feel different from Nathaniel. Yeah.
It's probably a big cousin of Nathaniel.
Can you commune with it?
Should I try?
I don't
Be
know. It might be
careful.
cool to see the laser go off.
Hold on. Let's take a
I
look at
don't
the.
want to fire it.
Oh.
Let's
Okay.
take a look
I
at
guess-
the apparatus.
I guess we won't have any fun then.
Well, the head is pointed right at the Morning Star.
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's not
Well, you
shoot
know,
my
just-
ship, okay?
Aim it a
Does
little
my
bit.
Eldritch Sight tell me anything more about what could be inside of it, other than its elemental magic?
So Eldritch Sight gives you type of magic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull out.
If it's destructive, I'd probably just read Abjuration or some shit, right?
It most certainly is evocation. I mean, that's
Oh, evocation.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely the elemental control and power. There is a sense of probably abjuration too. That dragon shards that hold things kind of are these prisons for these things as well. But yeah, that's really what you're picking up.
I'd like to examine whatever
Oh.
contraption that's connected to this.
How
that-
how big are like the dragon shard? Is the dragon shard itself? Like I don't have a good clear image in my mind of actually how big those things are.
Yeah, so typically they're something that would fit in your palm. I mean, the one that Nathaniel is in is big enough that it
Yeah.
fits in a necklace. This one is maybe 3 times that size.
So yeah.
So we're talking maybe like coconut.
Okay. So
Can
it
we-
is
we
something we
could-
could just kind of like
Yeah.
take.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
We should. It will make it so
Oh,
the weapon
yeah.
can't be fired and it's valuable. So we should take it.
Yeah, bag of
Okay.
holding.
And Kyle, you want to examine the instrument, the weapon?
Yeah, before Rami goes and touches this thing or tries to connect with it.
That's fine. You can do that. She will
Just
very
wanna,
happily ask you to check it out before she touches it.
Yeah, if this thing, yeah, like what if it, blows up at you or takes over your mind or,
It's in itself could be trapped technically.
yeah, I don't know, can of things, silly can of things. Let's see, what do you think I should use, Derek? Should I go like Tinker's tools or Thieves' tools or Arcana?
I would say probably
or...
investigation, arcana, or maybe tinkerer's tools if you're trying to figure out exactly how those things work.
Yeah, I probably want to probe it. Actually test it and move shit around. So we'll go tinking.
Okay. Yeah, you get a pretty clear image of how this is supposed to work. You see that there's a standing platform where someone, and you would recognize a lot of these pieces as being similar to the captain's chair, the pilot's chair of the Morning Star. Even the kind of the triggers on either side are very similar to the steering wheel on the Morning Star. That the connection that's made between the person who has a mark of the storm is essential to operating this weapon, even in a basic sense. And yeah, you see that the very much in the way that Nathaniel is placed into the base of the Morning Star to power it. In this case, the Dragon Shard is kind of placed next to, but with direct kind of conductive wires that would then energize and power this beam of destruction.
Okay. Does it look like either? Is there a definitive way to like connect, disconnect this? And does it look like that might be like trapped or booby trapped at all?
You don't see any traps on it. Um, Once again, it's probably what you would assume is that because there's no entry points in the head, the other traps and kind of soldiers in between are meant to protect those in the head. That those in the head have enough to worry about with incinerating their foes and operating this thing. So you don't see any traps, and as far as disconnecting it from the dragon shard is very simple. You can just pop the dragon shard right out. It doesn't seem to be locked, in place. It's held in place certainly, but it looks like it's made to be removed and replaced with somewhat ease.
Is the dragon shard like just open to air, or is it like in like a casing or something? Like, could I potentially just like actually touch the dragon shard itself? Like,
It is in a casing, but you can absolutely see it. And yeah, if you were to open the casing, you would certainly be able to pop it right out.
Maybe I should try talking to it.
Maybe you should get it out of that thing before you try
Yeah.
talking to
Well,
it.
I'm
You
not
talk
going
to
to-
it
I
and
don't
give
wanna
it the command
touch-
to fire.
I don't want to talk to it, by accessing the weapon. I just mean maybe I should just touch the shard itself and try talking to it.
Is that how it works with Nathaniel?
Well, that's how I talk to him when he's in this. I could just because it's close to me and I can touch
Alright.
it and talk to him.
Give it a try.
Very skeptical.
What's the worst thing that could happen, Mitch?
I don't want to touch the weapon because
Death.
just in case. But if I just touch the shard, then it shouldn't be able to.
Derek, is the
right?
safety on the weapon? Is
Hey.
it clicked to on?
Big red button.
Yeah.
Take the shard out of the weapon and then hold it up to you like a baby. And
Okay, well let's take it out.
What does Morik know about babies other than eating them?
there's
don't
a
know.
lot
He
knows
of
that.
babies that come through the palace of Droam.
I
They
don't
don't come out.
imagine.
She knows how they taste.
Yes.
She knows what it sounds
right?
like when they're screaming.
Yeah.
I don't imagine it's very happy just being stuck here for so long. So we should take it with us.
Okay.
Grammy will try to help in any way she can to take the shard out.
Given
Okay.
given what we know about
Of the
dragon
weapon.
shards, this is a very like expensive, valuable piece, right? Like
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
what if we need a backup for the ship or something? Like,
you know, super turbo speed with a giant dragon shard.
yeah.
So when you touch the dragon shard, you hear much similar to when you connect with Nathaniel. You feel an energy surge through you. It is similar to, but much more intense than Nathaniel. It is a heat, but it is a heat that actually almost hurts. And you hear a voice surge through you in that very similar. When Nathaniel talks, it sounds like a crackling fire.
Yeah.
It's pleasant. It's almost comforting. You're able to discern exactly what he says. You can discern what this one says, but when you hear it, it sounds like small explosions. It sounds like the breaking of rock and the popping of magma. And you hear the voice surge through you as it says, "Release me from this prison."
Don't do that.
It's just, we're going to get you out of here.
Yes, I have been here for an eternity.
Don't worry, you won't be stuck here anymore. Okay, we'll help you.
And free me now.
She's just like, take her hand off of it. Look back at everyone.
So how's
it's
it going?
It's very angry.
Well, yeah,
it-
you would be too.
It
Yeah, it was
says
a
it
wild
wants to-
force of nature that got bound into a crystal for however long it's been, 5-6 years.
It says it wants to be released, but I don't think it just means taken out of here. I think it means it wants to be released from the crystal. But I don't know if that's safe.
Do you even know how to release something from a crystal?
No. Well, okay.
Eric's probably would know.
Yeah, we'll take it to him.
She'll
We have
try
to go to a volcano and throw it in.
and then the volcano's gonna explode and grow legs and stand up and chase us.
That'd be cool.
All's a new ice age. All of the
We-
little playing dinosaurs will die.
No.
But
This
not the
is
little.
a player question.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to put a bag of holding into a bag of holding.
Mhm.
Can you put these holding gems into a bag of holding? That they're like another little extra planar space too.
I don't think they operate as extraplanar spaces. I think
Okay.
what they do is that they take a form of energy that can be compressed, and
Mhm.
they put it into this,
Okay.
into a smaller area. Because these, I believe elementals have the amorphous quality where they can squeeze through like the size of an inch through a door or something
Nathaniel's like thinks as that like if there's like this much space, he can swoop through.
So
Right,
it
so
should be
you-
safe to put it in the bag.
Yeah, you're basically making a zip file out of it. You're compressing it.
Nice.
Plus, it's not open like a bag of holding either. It's like totally
Mhm.
closed
Yeah.
thing.
I
Okay.
hold the bag of holding open. Load her up.
Yeah, Remy will try to like just
I imagine like a bowling
Take
ball
it.
going into like a bowling ball bag.
Yeah, I mean it's very similar. And when you pick it up, it once again the voice comes through, "Free us! Free us!"
Oh, there's.
Are there many of you?
There
Are you
are-
using the royal us?
Yes, it's royalty. This you caught me.
this is a royal.
It answers you. It says, "There were two. There are one. There are two. We are one."
We are insane.
I promise I'll get you to somebody who can help you as soon as I can, okay? We'll get you out of there. You don't deserve that.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Hashtag Nathaniel Life. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you even hear Nathaniel kind of speaking through you now, and he says, "There is something wrong. This elemental is broken. You should not take it."
I should leave it here?
Yes.
But it needs help, are you sure?
It is beyond help.
Oh.
What does Nathaniel think we should do with it? Just leave it?
Oh.
It is in misery. You should end that misery.
How? How do I do it? If I just break the crystal, will it escape or will it... How do I
Perhaps.
do that?
I do not know.
I think we should take it with us for now. We can decide to free it or destroy it or whatever later.
Theoretically, unless she tells us what he's saying, she could be having
Yeah,
this
that's not
internal
out loud.
dialogue.
That's like in her head.
Yeah,
That's true.
she doesn't have to tell us any of this.
Remy's just kind of looking at the thing. Was she able to successfully like take it out? At least like and have it in her hands. So she's just
Very easily.
looking at it.
Or I just holding the bag open.
We aren't going to keep this one. Morak, could you... Do you think if you asked your grannies, do you think they would know how to break one of these?
I'm sure they would.
Not to release it, but to kill it.
What?
My grannies don't tend to dispose of powerful beings that can be enslaved in one way or another. They would probably bend it to their will.
Could you ask?
I could try.
This one's very sad, and something happened to it. I think maybe somehow when the mourning happened, it broke it. It's not okay. We need to put it out of its suffering. I don't want to keep it.
I would
and
say
give
that
it to someone who would enslave it.
you all would know that dragon shards themselves are relatively fragile. Anyone can break one with enough force. That they're not magical in that sense, in the way that you can break any rock with enough force. Yeah, dragon shards are only about as fragile as a ruby.
Well, why don't, when we leave and we go out the hand, why don't we just throw it off way out into the distance and let it break on its own away from us?
But I don't know if that's going to kill it or if it's just going to release it.
It'll
Well,
probably just release it.
Well, then it'll have just as much chance as anything else to survive out here. Then
I think we should just hold on to it for now.
We can put it in
Rami
the bag.
Rami's will kind of just like cradle it and like,
I'll hold on to it.
and I'll think of a way to take care of it. She'll like put it in her like duffel bag.
Oh God!
Mhm.
Don't fall and break that, Rami. We'll be fighting a crazy lava elemental.
there's a flare in my hip. Oh, it's
Yeah.
burning.
I'm gonna set all her paperwork on fire or something.
Oh, this is.
Well, at the
possible.
very least, the weapon can't be used anymore, so that's good.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that maybe all the elementals here will be, if we find any others, they might be like this too. And
Actually, we have Pondus. Why don't we just ask Pondus? Pondus,
does breaking a dragon shard, does that kill the elemental or does that release it?
Typically it releases it.
We don't want that.
And then, yes, some elementals are like, oh, thank you so much for freeing me. I shall grant you 3 wishes. But more often than not, they're enraged, formerly indentured servants who have found their emancipation and also the power to wreak havoc upon those who once enslaved them. Typically.
Yes, I think this one would probably do something closer along those lines. It says that there's 2 in here, and I think that may have driven it crazy somehow.
Yes, that probably plus the time just sitting here attached to a weapon of mass destruction without the ability to use its energy for anything. Being trapped is probably horrible.
Hmm.
Yep.
We'll have to think of something to help it.
Look, I don't even like the fact that we, as people, keep these things trapped in like that. But just going on a logical standpoint, I think you having that in your pocket is a very, very bad idea for us.
Well, I'm not just leaving it here.
You don't. No, I'm not saying.
Continue to suffer.
No, that's your decision what you want to do with it. But it puts us all in danger when you've got a rocket in your pocket. So,
We could find some bad guys and throw it at them.
could we just, like, until you figure out what you want to do with it, can you put it in Morag's safety bag? I'm eye level with your butt, so if that thing pops, it's coming, like, right in my face. And, no one's going to want to buy shampoo off of a scorched head.
Yeah, your luxurious hair won't be
Yeah,
able
I
to
do
sell
that.
the
Yeah,
shampoo
I pull
anymore.
off the hat, and I do have I have very curly, luscious locks. Yeah.
Cascading locks.
Morag, will it be safe in your bag?
I believe so. It's safest of anywhere because hitting the bag won't affect it. It'll be in its own little pocket dimension.
Okay.
she'll hold it out to drop into the bag then.
Okay,
In there.
it's in there.
I'll pat. Rami on
Mondus,
the-
is there anything we could take from this weapon, do you think, to any useful information here? We can't really take the whole thing with us, but
I've noted some schematics for the weapon itself, but I believe the most valuable thing that we could physically ourselves take from this is the dragon shard.
okay. Let's go up to the rest of the head then.
Okay. So you guys make it up to what is called the head level, the control platform. once again, the lights below you click off as the lights above click on. And you look around a room. Everybody go ahead and make perception checks. It's not a very large room, but
It's hard to see with this giant helmet on.
But you look so intimidating.
That's what I'm going for.
I'm patting Ramy's back. You know, try, not very good at consoling, but that's it. Yep, there's a pat.
all right. So Rami got the 23, and Mora got the 17. So Midge and Cyrus are both just enamored with this room itself. It is, I mean, pretty astonishing. It's very Pacific Rim, but instead of 2 stations, there's 1. So I guess early Pacific Rim with Idris Elba. There's a single kind of standing platform, which is slightly raised, and there at about your typical 5 to 6 foot height is a metal mithril helmet, which is kind of held aloft by multitudinous wires that all kind of connect to different points all around kind of the roof, and you watch as they stream and trail down the sides and connect different points all over this level of the head. Morag and Rami notice that through what would be the eye holes are 2 more elemental crossbows, much like the heavy crossbows that Morag has already found, along with a sitting station, which seems to have a number of very similar instruments to what Rami uses when she's piloting. And you would probably infer that this is the station for the House of Passage, that this is the helmsman station. But there's something else that that Rami notices with the roll of that. Rami notices that just behind the passage station, there is a very small creature that is kind of peeking its head out. And in the light and everything, you can see just a small little splash of red and purple. And Rami picks up the sound of skittering as this thing kind of crawls under the desk. And that's what you guys get.
The new Pokemon. Catch it.
Guys, there's something in here. Something alive. It's over there.
She'll point towards the desk
Oh boy,
where it's skittered under.
more of them.
It looks kind of small, but it's certainly something alive.
I'll cautiously approach and see if I can get a better look.
Be careful.
Can't get much more careful than fully covered in plate mail from head to toe.
Okay. So Cyrus inches closer and closer, kind of trying to catch a sight of whatever this thing is. You kind of peek around the chair and look under the desk, and as you do, you see a small creature. It has 6 limbs, all which end in very scythe-like points. It almost looks like an insect, and it actually has kind of a chitinous back to it with some weird little hairs picking out. It has a sizable head. The mouth is closed right now. These very large eyes, which kind of look up to you. And I would think that Cyrus and probably Morag would look at this thing and go, "Yeah, it's kind of cute." It's probably something out of Midge's nightmares, but yeah, that's what you see. And this thing kind of tilts its head a little bit at you. It is just trying to kind of like take you in. Got very twitchy insect-like movements to it.
Don't like that.
Is it friendly?
I don't know. What's it doing?
We're in the
Just
Moorlands.
looking at me.
Nothing
Is it-
in the Moorlands is friendly, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's probably dangerous. Should probably kill it.
Should probably kill it before it calls the other ones.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can I skewer it?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I don't like the way you said that.
Does a 22 hit?
A 22 does hit.
Right.
So yeah, go ahead and 15.
15.
Yeah, you skewer this thing, and as you do, its mouth opens, to show just rows and rows of jagged pointed teeth, all just right next to each other, as its mouth actually opens into 3 parts with 2 mandibles and a lower jaw. And this
I
thing
don't
lets
like
out
that.
this
Skewering it was
blood-curdle-
the correct call.
it lets out a blood-piercing scream
No.
as you kill it.
No.
And
It's alerting the others.
and you now have one on the end of your sword.
Mitch, maybe you should take a sample from that. We're supposed to collect samples and stuff.
I
I'll
don't-
flick my sword and launch the corpse at Midge's feet.
Ah! I don't. Oh god, that's.
How
I-
big
I-
is it compared to Midge?
Midge, your size is small, right?
Yeah.
It's midge-sized.
Oh my god!
It's an entire midge.
It's a midge-sized sedan. So
And Remy, at this point, as Cyrus flicks this thing off of his blade, you do hear a large thump kind of come from deep below as the sound reverberates up the stairwell or
Well,
up
that's
the
not
ladder.
fair.
Remy's
We'll have
just
to worry
like-
about.
I think he scared its mom.
oh god, they're bigger.
It's
Uh,
probably
yeah,
just the
let's-
wind.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Let's be quick about our investigation up here then.
Is the helmet like attached? You said it's attached to a bunch of stuff. Like there's like tubes and stuff.
Yeah,
coming from
it's
it?
very like Cerebro-like, that there's a bunch of like wires coming down from the ceiling which are kind of holding this thing in place. But it looks very much like a military helm. It's fully enclosed. It looks actually a lot like a Warforged head, but it's a helmet that's made of mithril, has mithril connections to it.
Pondus,
Those
is
are-
this what you were talking about? Should we take this?
Yes, absolutely. This is yes, incredibly valuable.
Okay, where do we disconnect it from? There's all these wires and things.
Well, the wires are also incredibly important. If we could salvage as many of the wires as possible, that would be best. So if we could perhaps.
Morak, could you fly up and cut them as close to the ceiling as you can? And we'll have as much wire as we can with it.
Don't think we want to cut him, right? He's saying like undock them.
Preferably, yes.
Well,
if you
unplug
have to
them.
cut them.
I can
them
uncouple
somehow.
them, but someone's got to hold me up. I can't. It's too far up.
You can
I got-
get on the back of my broom. Or you can ride in the front of me and I'll put my arm around you.
Oh god.
That's how Pondus rides.
That's a-
Oh, it does? He does?
All right,
That's how in my head. In my head, I imagine you like you hug him. I don't know. I imagine.
Oh no, I read Mitch. I hug on to Morag. She's my safety mama.
She's everyone's safety mom.
I just like,
Well,
Morag has mommy energy. It's okay.
I pull my broom out from the little like thing on the back, my sheath on the back. I'm like,
okay.
now
Okay.
it's up.
Yeah, if you could get up there and try to disconnect them, we could maybe take the whole thing.
Let's
I'll
go up
try.
and Take a look anyway.
So anybody who's going to be disconnecting wires, if you have Tinker's tools, you can use those, or otherwise you can use a sleight of hand.
Can you use thieves' tools?
Sure.
Why do you have thieves' tools?
Oh, you know.
Children are
Locks
sometimes
are
behind
rude,
locked
they
doors.
steal
Right.
Yeah. You know,
They lock morgues at night, okay?
that's where we get the best
Did I
stuff.
code this right? I wonder if I click on.
I'm gonna grab my little
Nope.
bag of rocks and take one out and shake it up like a little glow stick. Use my magical tinkering to make it a light, and then stick it right above where I'm working, trying to decouple this stuff.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna watch the entrance into the head.
What
in
do
case
we
any
like-
other creatures come up?
For thieves' tools, like dexterity modifier plus proficiency.
Yeah, that's just what it is. Yeah.
Damn, Mitch, you rolled a 1 and still got a 14.
Yeah, what the hell is that, Kyle?
It's a tool monkey. I'm a tool monkey. I'm not a skill monkey, but I'm a tool monkey. Actually, I'm really good in 3 skills.
Yeah, and I actually will say that with the light, you do get advantage on that. So it is a 15, and yeah, you were able to disconnect. Mark, what's your proficiency bonus?
So 4 and then
We're all
plus
more.
3 for the dexterity modifier. So 7 plus 9 would be
16.
the total.
Okay, 16. Okay. Yeah, between you and Morag, you are successfully able to disconnect without damaging about half the wires. There's a quarter of them which are at this point a little too damaged, or maybe not even complete by this point. But you do lose about a quarter of them, and there's another quarter left to go. And Cyrus, as you look down the ladder way, you do not have dark vision.
My sword
but you,
is lit though, so that's 30
Okay.
feet of bright.
Okay, so you extend your sword down the ladder hole, and as you do, very xenomorph style, you watch as something is. You can kind of see through the darkness that something is scurrying around below. There's movement, and as you extend the sword downwards, a face very much like the one that you skewered previously, but bigger, with smaller, more ferocious eyes, looks up to you, and once again, a three-part mandibled mouth looks up to you with a mouthful of teeth and goes, "Rah!"
Ugh.
And you watch as these scythe-like appendages start clattering their way up to you.
I say, guys, better make it quick.
It's a mom.
All guidance us if we want to roll that again.
Yeah. If you want to get the last bit, anybody who is detaching, go ahead and roll
I'll
again.
guidance
Okay.
Midge, and then he can roll with the D4, and I'll just
Okay.
roll regular.
Maybe you should do it on yourself. Probably.
Yeah.
I appreciate the love here, but I got it.
1d4 plus a d2.
Jesus.
There you go.
He rolled a 1, a 2, and then a crit.
Yes.
Yeah, Midge
That's
successfully gets the last one.
33.
In fact, with a 33, Midge is able to repair several of the
Oh,
ones
fuck
that
yeah.
were previously lost.
How much time do we have?
Like 2 seconds.
Mere seconds go by as Midge is able to detach everything, and just as he does, one of these creatures breaches the ladder way. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Here we go.
Fuck the shampoo industry. I'm in. I'm going tech. Stocks are up. Oh boy.
Oh, I forgot. Midge, do you want to stay in the air with me, or do you want to get back down on the ground?
Ground. Very much ground. Whenever you get a chance,
Those things are on the ground.
They are, but I can hide better on the ground.
That's true.
And
Hide like in her hair.
it's too clean. I don't want to rough. I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's too no. She
Take
just
advantage of her being clean and smelling nice, dude. Like,
I mean, it's
All
cool.
not
right.
gonna last.
But her fingers are so bony and it's scary. It's scary.
So first up, we have Morag.
Do I see any coming out of the hole yet?
There's one out of the hole.
Okay.
Yes,
I
it is
will-
breached. It is what about your size. It is a medium creature.
Oh, boy.
And yes, very similar to the one that Cyrus killed. Very chitinous, these reds and purples. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty looking motherfucker.
One long arm wrapped around Midge. I take the other one off, and I'm like, hold the broom steady, and I fire 2 Eldritch Blasts down at it.
Okay.
She had to say long arm. That just makes it
Ooh.
even creepier, is it?
She's lanky.
Yeah, very willowy.
Yeah. Oh, look at
When you
that.
crit, does that automatically?
Yes. Yeah. So the
Yeah,
5
okay.
plus 8 is your crit damage.
Okay. And then so that's the first one.
Okay. 13.
Eldritch Blast. Oop. Oh,
That does not hit.
All right. The
All
first
right.
one was pretty good. And then I'll lower the broom down to the ground and let Midge jump off when he's ready.
Okay. So yeah, you blast this thing with one Eldritch Blast, and it kind of takes into the chitinous armor and screeches once again at you. And Midge, it is your turn.
I have to admit, I'm gonna have to look up a little bit admiringly after she just did that big ass blast to the creature. Okay, I can see how you have fun up here. I'm still gonna get off. I'm still scared up here. Heights aren't my huge thing. Thank you, and I will hop off. And the table that the little shit skittered under before, I'm gonna start heading over towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Cyrus, how close are you to the hole that leads up in here?
I was
Right.
probably 5 feet from the ladder.
Okay. I want to. And Derek, how far into the room, or how much into the room is this creature?
This creature has just breached the ladder, so it is essentially within 5 feet of Cyrus.
Okay. And the ladder is like 5 foot big, or like okay.
Yeah, if you're over by the command station, essentially the what did I call it? Helmsman station. You are about, what would that be?
Helmsman,
10.
because it's a helm.
Maybe 10 feet from it.
Okay. Then I'm going to. I think this will help us in the long run too. So I'm going to take out my my little pouch of candies, and I'm gonna go through it and put the fireball in my mouth and get it all lubed up, and then pour the pixie stick looking stuff on top of it and throw it across the room. And as it reacts, it takes like a second or two to react, and as it reacts, it begins to grow. And as it begins to grow, it ignites and creates a 5 foot ball of fire. And I'm going to have that land right on top of the hole, but a little bit to the side, just so it's not going to like hurt Cyrus.
Okay. So you're not tossing it down the hole. You're kind of tossing it off to the side of the hole, right?
Well, yeah, pretty much on top of the hole. But without going down it. That way, if anything comes up, it's going to get hurt coming up, and I'm going to try to hurt the one that's right there at the edge of the hole right now.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Sure.
Okay. And I'll toss it there. It makes a dex save, I believe. Well, there's no tooltip. I need a tooltip. Stand by. I think it's dex save. Flaming sphere. Ignore that.
Dex save makes sense. Yeah.
Ignore that. Ignore the second number. Yeah.
All right, it's 13.
Okay. Yeah, DC 17. So.
Okay.
I'll take 8 points of fire damage, and yeah, I'm concentrating on that as I tuck myself under the table and keep my my elvenkind cloak of elvenkind kind of wrapped around me, and I make myself not seen and not heard.
You're lighting a fire in an enclosed space, man. You're going to kill us with carbon monoxide poisoning.
Well, wait. Wait.
It's a smokeless flame.
Yeah, it's, you know.
All right. Rami, it is your turn.
Low emissions.
Can I summon Nathaniel and cast a cantrip in the same turn? Doable.
If your cantrip is a bonus action, yes. I'm going to say it's going to be an action to summon Nathaniel.
Give it 2 actions.
Oh, wait, let's get music. Fight music.
Fuck. No, I don't think it is. As far as we see, there's only the one, right?
So far, yeah.
Okay. I'll just summon Nathaniel.
Okay.
Have him bust out. A little less shaky about doing it because he's a good boy. He'll help. Yeah, and have. Can he attack on his first round out and about, or
Sure.
does he...
We'll say his turn comes after yours.
Okay. Yeah, I'll summon him, and then for his turn, I'll have him go attack the thing. Work. 17?
That does not hit.
It doesn't. Okay.
Yowza.
Yikes. Well.
You do have points that you could use.
Oh yeah, I do.
Just a reminder, we all have, including Derek, points and advantages.
Don't use them, Derek.
Not yet. We've got 2 more episodes. At least.
You're saving them up.
Yeah, for the big bad.
If I tacked on some vigilance points, would it work?
I will say that Nathaniel,
I've-
if you put just a little more oomph into it, might hit.
I'll put one.
His
You'll
heart just
have an
wasn't in it the
18.
first time.
I have an 18. Does that help?
An 18 would hit.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. If I just hit touch, it should roll damage, right? Here we go.
Okay. So Nathaniel gives it just a little more effort and goes for that one last inch. He was going to touch. His hand was there. He's like, he was basically doing an "I'm not touching you" thing. Kids, am I right? So yes, Nathaniel makes contact with this creature and basically just sets it alight and does
It's
10
on
damage
fire
to
now.
it. Yes, it is inflamed and looks pretty scorched and hurt at this point. There is definitely to Cyrus's point, you are. It's the smell of burning hair and also like that weird smell from like dead insects. It's kind of permeating this very small space that you all happen to be in, right next to a fire elemental.
Carbon monoxide poisoning. Here we come.
Yeah, as it's not a lot of ventilation here. Okay, so it is now Cyrus's turn.
Yay! I think I'll just swing at it for now.
I love that you were the closest to it, no one that went last.
I don't
You're
got no
like,
dex.
"Ah!"
Do a 23 hit.
It does.
So 18 slashing.
All right, so Cyrus has killed this thing. So now,
I skewered another one. I hope you got a bigger one down there.
and at that point, you do hear a much deeper, louder. Kind of the whole thing kind of reverberates.
I
a little
also flick my sword at Midge again and put this creature's corpse next to his feet.
It's
Now I
bigger than
can't-
him now.
Now I
Like-
can't get out. Thanks.
bit. Is Midge, you could probably actually use these as a mount if you were to tame one.
How would
So,
that process go, Derek? I bet that's easy.
It would take some rolls, let me tell you.
I'm getting a hold of Saffir, yeah.
Hollow him out and put some
Get some,
gears
like,
and stuff in them and
make some Midge chitness armor out of
yeah.
My mech.
Horrific
I'll make
Frankenstein creature. Okay, so yes, you have slayed one of these things. Its smoldering corpse now sits next to you, and you definitely hear certain movement from below. What would you all like to do? And you also do have a fireball right next to the
Yeah,
ladder.
so
so-
we probably can't pass through that, right?
I can move
Without
that.
hurting ourselves.
I guess. Fucking thing beside. I can. Move that in front of us as we go down.
So we're probably done up here, right? We did everything we wanted to do.
We-
Is there anything else to look at?
Fully detach the helm, like bundled up and throw it in the bag of holding. Were we able
There's
to
not any
do
like
that?
documents or anything anybody wants to snatch?
Yeah. Is there like paperwork and stuff up here too that Remy can
There is
find?
no paperwork. No, it was the helmsman station and the captain's apparatus, basically. The captain's apparatus was noted by Pondus as being the most unique thing
I'll
that
do
hasn't been
a-
able to be replicated.
Like just a general elder sight sweep to see if there's anything in a cabinet or something that's radiating any magic.
Yeah, the most magical thing are the wires itself. What remains of them, they are semi-organic, but there don't seem to be any dragon shards or anything like that up here.
Midge,
I'm
move
gonna-
the carbon monoxide generator. We're going down.
It's clean and efficient. Okay, hold on. Just
Wait, we're going
Renewable
down
energy.
the way they're coming up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it.
We want to
right.
clear this as fast as we can. Who knows how many of these things are in here?
Can we fight them on the stairs though? Or on the
No, that's why we want to get down to the next level down as
Okay.
fast as we can.
Yeah.
so
I'm
they're
gonna.
not we can't see them coming up.
How
the
far of a
ladder yet.
drop would it be to not take the ladder, Derek? To just like hop down?
So let's see. It would be. Well, you'd have to catch the next level. That's the thing. Is that-
Without continuing to go all the way down.
yeah, because it is a continual drop. In which case, that would be 300 feet. Or well, it would be about 150 because you'd have to hit the crotch at some point. Yeah,
Just a sentence you wanted to say, right?
I never knew it until I did. Yeah, that would be the biggest issue. If
And
you were
how-
to drop one level, it's probably like 10 feet.
Okay, but we could just take the ladder and it's about the same movement wise. Because I
Yeah,
think
you
it's
could
half,
probably,
half speed on ladders.
You can do that cool thing where you put your feet on either side of the ladder and like slide
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
Okay, so are you dropping down just to the mouth level where you were previously?
No, we want to go down 2 levels, right? I think.
Okay, so you were going back to the chest.
Yeah, because we know the mouth level was clear. We cleared it,
Mhm.
and I didn't see any other creatures go up there. So yeah, we'll go down to the chest.
Okay.
We all scramble down.
Was that a Kruthic?
Yeah.
Oh, we have so many Kruthic little miniatures.
Shout out to the 4th edition.
Yeah.
Yes, when I was flipping through all of my books, I was like, oh, these belong in the Mournland. They're horrible.
Mhm.
Yes. So here we are, and you have made it back to the chest level. So this is that kind of middle room where you explored essentially what is the left lung, and not yet the right lung. So there's the ballista ahead of you, and it seems like most of the movement is coming from below. You didn't see any other, as we've now established, Kruthics coming towards you.
But we have
with the-
heard them, right?
Yes, they're especially now, whereas previously you might have heard a little skittering if you were listening. It's almost instrumental beneath you, percussion like in the clacks of these scythe-like appendages, and there seems to be something large beneath you as well.
Great.
Well, if it's very large, it might not be able to climb up this ladder, so it'll be fine.
It'll just
That's
climb up.
It's probably in the crotch, if I had to guess.
There's,
It's a big bug in the crotch.
they look like lice too, which is so gross.
Yeah.
This Warforged has got crotch lice.
Death by crabs.
Gross.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
In the concept of Night Vale, throat spiders.
That's right. Oof. Yeah.
Okay, so we're in an area we've already cleared, right? We're in the chest cavity, the lungs.
Mhm.
So we need to go down even further to get to the last thing we were trying to get, right?
What about my other nipple? Did we grab that?
We checked both nipples. You didn't.
Oh, okay.
You
check
did
the
not.
cross- Oh, we didn't check the other nipple.
No, there is another door on the other side.
I
Crazy.
throw
It's
open
just
the door.
Okay, all right. Check the nipple. Kruthic,
I
to your
totally
face.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I throw open the door. What's fine?
You open the door. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving.
Oh shit.
You're probably close to me, so you'll get a +4.
Why am I so obsessed with nipples?
It's a
Just
Roam
can't.
thing.
Just can't not.
Dexterity.
That's a question I ask myself on a daily basis.
And then a plus D4 or just a +4?
+4.
Okay.
That
If
+4
you-
saved you. It was DC 17. Morag barely saves herself from falling as she bashes down this door, realizing in just the nick of time that there is no floor on the other side, that the floor has given way, and beneath her is a swarm of Kruthics, including a rather large one that would be considered sizably large, as all of these medium-sized ones kind of skitter around it, and now look up to her and let out a very cacophonous, in unison, "Rah!" as
I
they.
feel
The
I feel
door.
like I feel like Cyrus, like normally his aura is magical that it helps your saves, but in this case, like she flung open the door and was gonna fall, and he just like grabbed her.
Yeah.
Just look down.
Oh, there's I shut the door real fast. They're down there. There's no nipple.
What are you more upset about right now?
I
And at that point, 3 more come up the ladder from below and kind of bear down on you. So we'll maintain order then, and we'll go ahead, since this is technically new combat, we'll start from the top with Morag again.
so I closed that door. I'm like,
Mhm.
a fireball would be good down there, Robbie. And then
Carbon
I'll-
monoxide, those guys, Midge.
I'll Eldritch Blast the one that just came through the other direction. of
There's
the
3 over
ladder.
there now, right?
There
Yeah.
are 3 over there.
The first, I'll put 2 Eldritch Blasts on the first one. So.
Okay.
Yeep.
It does not hit.
Yeah, they're so hard. They got that chitinous hide. Oh,
That one does.
Will hit. Hey.
Okay.
And then I'll mount my broom and go as high into the air as I can, as the ceiling allows.
You make it basically. I mean, it's a 10-foot thing.
Okay.
So yeah, you're
I'm 5
hovering.
feet off the ground.
Works super well.
I feel super secure up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Midge.
Well, shit. So there's a bunch. There's just like a pile of them down there, and
One would say a nest, perhaps.
yeah, and I'm trying to
A
think
hive,
of.
perhaps.
Oh,
There
okay.
may
So
or may not be a hive lord or lady.
Hive lady.
ooh, that is a title right there. Let me see. So how long has it been since we left? How long has it been since I cast the flaming sphere? Do you think?
Like 2 rounds at the most.
Yeah,
12
it's
seconds.
been moments.
Okay, just want to make sure it still
Yeah,
had,
moments.
had to rock it.
What's Pondus doing? What's his initiative? Get to work, Pondus.
Oh,
Pondus
yeah.
is wetting himself.
Oh, darn it.
Sphere.
I'm here to look for stuff. I'm not here to fight bugs.
Should have took Morg should have took the elemental out, the volcano one, and just threw it down in the
Oh
hive.
my god! It's
Yeah.
not too late.
Doo, 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 doo. Boy, that
That's
would have
our
cleared him
Hail
out.
Mary.
Yeah, if we get overwhelmed, we're taking them all down with us. That's what you do. You just take it out, spike it on the ground.
I don't think it's a terrible idea, but it's just me.
Um,
It means I get to pull out another stat block, which I'm
Right.
not mad about.
I don't want to deal with that though.
It'll deal
make
with
Rami
itself.
cry.
It's all just
I think that's scarier
not
than
killing
the hive.
Nathaniel.
Yeah,
It's not Nathaniel, but it's the
He's
unnamed
already-
scary thing. It's sad.
Do you have to name it one name or two, since it has like split personalities? and
It's
some shit?
it's
It's
schizophrenic.
Gemini.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
there.
Ooh,
Maybe
there
Maybe
you
it could
go.
be like Bobby Dale.
Yeah.
Abedale.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna take the flaming sphere, and I'm gonna after you. I'm gonna ask it to roll in and just bloop, fall right down in the mix.
Into the nest
into
or
the
into
nest.
the 3 that came up.
The
You're gonna
nest
have
is behind the closed door
Yeah,
right now.
Morg reclosed the door.
Oh, okay. I thought we opened up the door, and that's how the okay.
I
did,
opened
then-
up the
then-
door, I saw it, then I closed the door.
It's more like for comedic value, close the door.
I guess it would make more sense to just throw it down into the lot of them.
I probably should focus on what we got in front of us.
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna have to worry about it.
if we can't handle 3 of these things, we're not going to be able to handle another 20.
Cyrus thinks they all die in one hit, so
I'm gonna tell the
You guys
sphere-
are hitting hard enough.
yeah, right. Have you tried skewering it in the head? That
No, I
seems to
can't
work for
even.
me.
I can't even reach their head. No, other than the one you threw at me. That's the only one I've gotten close enough.
How's the research going from that, by the way?
It's in progress. Sorry, I've been a little busy. I'm gonna have the sphere go down and throw it down into the nest, right next to Big Mama, and shut the door again, and let them I'm gonna put them on simmer while we deal with this. That's my bonus action for my action. How close are these 3? Like how are they postured coming at us?
So if you are over by the door, you are about 10 feet from these things.
Okay. Then I will just use my action to firebolt one. Pew.
Okay.
The one that Morg just hit.
Okay.
Or-
It does not hit.
or
Remind me, the flaming spear. What is? Does that do damage like as soon as you drop it in?
Yeah. Well, let me just pull this flipping thing out here. Oh no, it's not going to do it that way. I've been trying to get it to actually show its damn stuff, to show its thing, but I don't know how to, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So it's the creature takes, when it hits something, it takes damage.
Okay.
And yeah, if you ram it with a sphere, makes a saving throw against the sphere's damage. And when you move the sphere, you can direct it. The sphere. Yeah, just when it hits it, and when and anything 5 feet, within 5 feet of it.
All right. Well, you dropped it pretty much right on the big one, which is a large creature, so it is only going to hit that one. But yeah. Go ahead and what would the damage for that be if it's
Oh,
dropped
here.
right on it?
Yeah, roll it again. 10 fire damage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So like all the other ones skitter out, and it just hits the dude, and they don't. How does it lay?
So you're basically, since it's a large creature, it takes up more than a 5-foot space. So you're basically dropping it onto this large creature and shutting the door as all these other ones are scurrying around it. And you hear as you close the door, a much deeper, louder screech as this thing gets burnt. It does take that damage, but yeah, due to its size, the sphere is only going to harm the one.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. Okay, because I'm on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it is Rami, then Nathaniel's turn.
Awesome. And I don't need to maintain like concentration because, right, with him, do I?
For Nathaniel, no.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
No, he is essentially at this point a
yeah.
free entity who is there by his own volition.
And he just likes me, so he'll stay. So there's of the. I need to realign myself where we're at here. There's still the 3 big ones.
Yes.
Okay.
One of them has been slightly damaged. The other 2 are untouched.
Okay. I'm going to cast.
I love that you're all in a narrow space with like a fire elemental just there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw more fire around.
A big metal box.
It's gonna get hot. I'm going to try this because I've been excited to do this. I want to cast Immolation, and since this only targets one creature, I'm going to use my twin spell and cast it again.
Okay.
I'm going to try to hit both of the ones that haven't been damaged yet.
All right.
The target must make a dexterity saving throw. There's.
You're targeting 2 different ones, so they'll each make dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
That's 20 and a 23.
Shit. Well, they still take half damage.
Okay.
And
so 12 points of fire damage.
Yes. Or yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you targeting the 2 undamaged ones, or 1 damaged one and 1 undamaged one?
The 2 undamaged ones.
Okay. All right. So that is going to be.
And wait, no, I think that's. It has all this weird stuff, and I don't know if that applies since they succeeded their save. I don't know. That's my turn, I suppose.
Okay.
And,
now it is Nathaniel's turn.
Yeah, let's see what he's gonna do.
Touch something, Nathaniel.
Go touch him, buddy.
oh, it says he can make 2 touch attacks. I only rolled him for 1 last time.
You can roll for 2. Hey, Valdrian, thanks for the raid.
Oh, we're getting raided. Those are his 2.
And once again, it's his fiery heart's just not in
Nathaniel.
it.
Baby boy.
I'm sorry. My fiery heart. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay.
All right. Cyrus, it is your turn.
I'll charge up to the ones that came up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll swing on 1.
Yep.
15 damage on that one.
Okay. Okay, so that's going to be...
I'll let you pick whichever one. They're all kind of the same to me. All in this general area, right?
They're all generally the same health, too, so it's... Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
So he's still alive?
Yes, so you slash at one of them, and it's still standing.
I'll put a smite on it and add 2d8.
Okay.
9 more.
All right, still standing, but just barely. You lop off one of its 6 legs with that one.
And then I'll try and finish it off.
Okay, yeah. And you successfully finish that one off.
10.
As it slumps to the ground.
Yeah, and I'll just try and get the attention of the other 2.
You certainly do. And they are going to take their attacks towards you since you have... It's a very narrow space, and you have engaged with them. So they are going to... Let's see. One of them is going to take 2 stab attacks. The other one is going to take 2... actually, no, sorry. They are both going to take stab attacks because the other attack is ranged. and since they have pack tactics, they are going to have advantage on these rolls. So that is a 17, 25, 21, and 17.
So the 25 and the 21 hit. I can't be crit because of my armor. I've got the adamantine armor. So yeah,
and that's
two
only going to
regular
be
hits.
7. Yeah. So well, it's 7 plus 4 either way.
11 total.
Yes. So 11 points of damage as these things, with their piercing type claws, just kind of just slash at you, and you're able to fend off a couple of them, but just you're not used to fighting 6-legged creatures, and a couple of the strikes get through.
Thankfully, Midge's temporary hit point hair tonic or whatever he gave me helped. I've still got 10 HP left.
Respect
Nice.
the hair.
And with that, we're back to top of the order with Mourning. You're muted, Jill.
Hello, it is I, Morag.
There you go.
How many are visible right now?
Just the 2, unless you want to open the door again.
Don't want to open the door right now.
That's
so
fair.
I'll
The
Eldritch
door
Blast.
of nightmares.
Let's try to take let's try to take these 2 out first.
Okay.
So the one that's looking the most rough, I'll do 2 Eldritch Blasts on those.
Sure.
That gay. Nope. No.
2 notes.
Oh boy.
Okay. So in this tight space, you're not getting the width you need to really cast these Eldritch Blasts, and you're just not getting the source of energy. The air's getting hot in here. Everything's
It's
getting
hard to
dense.
breathe because it's carbon monoxide poisoning.
And Nathaniel's just taking up a lot of the oxygen.
I got up on my broom, and it's smokier up there than down here, and I'm feeling
Everyone
Yeah.
knows you get low in a fire.
Okay. I got my eyes trained on the door, though. I want to make if it starts looking like things are gonna break through that door, I just want to give everyone a heads up.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be moving on the door right now.
Okay.
It's almost like these things don't have spider climb. And with that, it is Midge's turn.
Thanks, Morag. I got the door. I need to keep peeking in like this. And I'll open up the door, crack the door a little bit, and look down and make my flaming sphere just kind of slam into Big Mama again. Roll around her a little bit, because anything within. So if I'm on the outside of it, and then anything within 5 feet of the sphere, if I just kind of roll it around,
Okay.
I think that's how it works. I better double check that. But
I was gonna say, how much movement can you get on a turn?
like 20 feet.
Okay.
But I just need it to just, just trying to get the big one and anyone that happens to be close to it. And
Sure.
Just tell it to roll around and do that a little bit, and then shut the door.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage again.
Okay. Let's cook this mama. Level 2. Man, really not doing that great on the damage. So 8 points of fire damage.
Nice and toasty.
Yes. Just simmer on one side. Oh, let's see here. Should I use another spell?
Now, the best way to cook your giant bugs is with a healthy 2 pounds of butter. It really brings out the flavor in them. They're like lobsters, but on the ground instead of in the water.
They kind of are.
Makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. I've
That's
probably cracked a Kruthic leg in drum, and
It's a delicacy there.
Kind of makes me hungry too. All right, focus.
Mourag's going to be the best chef after this. It's going to be like a weird Sweeney Todd type restaurant. Yes, come get your Kruthic legs and your baby legs and your troll sausage.
Gross.
She hates troll sausage. She would never serve that.
it's true, I don't like it.
Although Cyrus did enjoy the was that troll
The
sausage
jerky.
at
It was
Sausage
troll
jerky.
jerky. Yeah.
at the
gas station troll jerky.
Yes.
Man,
Okay.
on our way home, can we visit Bevan?
Yeah.
You do whatever you want. Bevan's always there.
Bevan's
For any traveler that needs a place
Shoulda-
to stay for the night or
Should
a
have
healthy
stuffed that
meal.
guy in Moreg's bag of holding and took him with us.
He couldn't breathe.
Let's go with how about we yeah, I'll do it. I'll take one of my pens. I will one of my green pens. I'll pull off the tip, just the tip, and I will kind of push it against the wall, kind of like a sort of like I don't know what you would equate it to in this, but like the tip kind of breaks a little bit, and the liquid on the inside starts to well up.
Pin?
Yeah.
Yeah, but more so like if I don't get rid of this thing, the end's gonna pop off. And I'm gonna throw the pen down the hole and right on
EpiPen.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not
In
gonna.
case you have a Kruthic allergy.
Yeah. Well, in case the Kruthic has a Kruthic allergy, I'm gonna throw it down on Mama Kruthic and casting acid arrow.
Okay.
And
Be like a flare.
fuck.
All right.
Let me see something. I didn't say an advantage, so balls. That's fine because that 2 points won't help either. Yeah, I'm gonna miss. Still doing the splash damage as the pen flies down at the Kruthic Queen type thing, and it'll just be the splash damage. So what is that? What is the? Hold on. On a hit, takes 4d4 and 2d4. On a miss, the arrow splashes the target with the acid, half as much initial damage and no damage at the end. Okay, so 7 points of acid damage.
Okay.
As it just splashes up on her. Hopefully not dousing the flame. I don't want to douse that sphere. But yeah, 7 points. I'll shut the door again. Ugh.
Okay.
Your turn.
As far as you're able to tell, the sphere continues, and we're back to Rami Nathaniel.
Okay.
Nathami?
I don't know.
They got
I
a
don't
power
know.
couple name.
Ramathaniel. That's where we're going with.
Ramathaniel.
Ramathaniel. I'll. So Midge, you're trying to hurt all the big mass of them through the door, right?
Yeah, but mainly targeting the queen through the
Okay.
door.
Yeah.
I think Morgan and I are kind of everybody's dividing you and Cyrus and Pondas against the ones that are coming up, and then we're
Yeah.
getting...
Oh, is Pondus helping?
I don't know.
What's
I'm
that?
giving emotional support.
What is
You're
that?
doing fantastic.
How big is the space we're in again? Because I don't want to cast fireball and accidentally kill.
So
Cyrus again.
it is 10 feet wide, and the space between you and these Kruthics is, really 10 feet.
But those are the ones that are in the room with us. How
Yes.
far down is the hive?
It would be a 10-foot drop.
10-foot drop.
But that's a bigger space down there. Okay.
Yes, that space, Morag could probably tell you, is what? Probably 40 feet across and, yeah, maybe about 30 feet tall, 30 feet from chest to back.
Just to be hectic, because I can't really cast any of my spells because it'll hurt all of us. We'll summon some methods. Because we need more fire assholes in here, I guess. And there was some stupid stuff we were doing with them last time where they can summon more of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But
Let's
why
see.
wouldn't a fireball work on the nest?
Well, I don't want to.
It's down
Kyle
on
was
the
saying,
next level.
it would. Yeah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't hurt us if I did that. But Kyle was saying, we were kind of dividing our attention, and I don't know if I want to. I guess I'm not doing anything to these ones up here so far. I want to help, and I don't know what's going to be the most helpful because I'm not being very helpful.
Would be a good idea.
Yeah.
We've got a bottleneck
Yeah,
that can only get a
okay.
few up into the room with us.
That's fair.
Sure, if I can just open the door, then I'll cast Fireball down.
Raid.
We keep opening and closing that door over and over again.
I'll
Right.
cast
Spray some
Fireball.
raid down there and then close the door.
Because every time you open that door, something horrible comes through for these poor creatures. Yeah, go ahead and fireball.
Cast it at level 4, and they need to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. I'm going to make one dexterity saving throw for all of the adults, and then one for the
Babies.
queen, essentially.
Oh.
Okay. They're going to take 86. So, let's do this.
And I don't know what their save is, but
Well, the save's going to
It's
be your spell
magical.
save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh.
What's your spell save DC?
17.
All right. The adults are going to succeed. The queen is not. So how much damage is that going to be?
I cast it at a higher level, so
96, is that right?
Make 96, yeah. We're looking at 31, I suppose, on the queen, and then half as much for the
15.
other ones. Yeah, so 15.
Okay. Yeah, you hear once again a very loud, less angry, more pained screech, and it seems like there's fewer voices coming from below at this point.
I just have a visual of her like slamming the door and then all this fire like bleeding in from the frame.
It is like a puff.
Yeah, you have essentially dropped a grenade into this hive, and yeah, the smell starts to waft up the smoke and everything. And it is now Nathaniel's turn. Yeah.
Just having him go at those guys again.
He's gonna succeed on one of them.
One of them. Okay, buddy.
I tried harder.
Try it again. He's trying.
All right. So he has set one of them alight as he does 10 damage to it. And is there anything else for his turn?
Nope, that'll do it.
Okay.
It is very hot and very bright in here, though.
Yeah, you like I said, it's a small space. Cyrus, it is your turn. You are right next to Nathaniel. You have 2 Kruthic adults left. One of them looks relatively damaged. The other one is a little more so and on fire.
I'll attack the one that's not on fire.
Okay. That'll hit.
Ooh.
So
Alright.
23, and then is he still alive?
Just barely.
I'll throw a first level smite on him. That'll be 48 from the crit.
Damn.
Damn.
Alright. You have slain a second Kruthic with a fiery one left standing.
I will swing at him.
Okay.
How about you, sir?
Ooh. And you did.
He takes 17.
All right. Still barely standing.
Yeah, and then I'll try and position myself to look down the ladder hole. Do I see any more coming?
No, you see a lot of smoke and some flames at this point.
Okay. I assume that that is my teammates doing, as that is what they like to do. This is their calling card. They leave everything in smoke and flames, including their allies sometimes.
All right. So anything else for your turn?
Yep, that'll be it.
And we got 1 Kruthic left. It is going to take 2 stabs.
Does it take damage at the start of its turn from the fire?
Actually, yeah. It should. So Rami, that is. Let's see. Touch is going to be
Yeah.
1d10. So.
Well, 1d10.
Mhm.
That is not how you spell that word. There we go. 7.
This thing collapses
Yeah!
under
Hell yeah.
the
Nathaniel,
immolation.
the real MVP.
And Nathaniel holds up a fiery hand to high five and kind of looks at it for a second and goes, oh, no, never mind. Okay.
I do it
I would
anyways.
high five him if I could.
I've got a gauntleted
have-
fist. I can handle it.
Do I have like resistance to Nathaniel's fire? Can I high five him?
No.
Resistance to
No, I'm
Nathaniel.
not giving you that. I gave you a fiery pat. I'm not giving you resistance to its
He
damage.
hurts. He's a fiery.
I'll
pet
give him
that
kind of like a
hurts.
fist bump with my shield. He can fist bump my shield.
When
We
my
took care of
dog
them
jumps
for
on my
six.
face to wake me up in the morning, it hurts. I don't have resistance
You don't
to
have
that
resistance
damage.
to that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you've cleared this room. Once again, there's only smoke and fire, but still, movement and screeches come from below. And what would you all like to do?
I call back to Midge. Midge, how's it going with the door over there?
It's going well. If Rami
Yeah.
throws another.
I'll throw more fireballs down there.
Yeah, that seemed to perk them up a little bit in a bad way for them. So,
Nuke him from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
It seems like the level that we were going down to next is the level that these guys are on, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Can I
You guys going on a bug hunt?
just like cast another like fireball or two down there?
Sure.
I have the spell slots for it.
my
Yeah.
sad little flaming sphere down there, watching these big nuke
it's
bombs
so
come
little
down
next to her
Yeah.
fireballs.
Aw, I'm
I
insecure.
guess they just need to.
You've got fireball envy.
Yes.
Rami, I will say when you open the door, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
And I don't think I'm next to her now, right? Because I'm over by the ladder.
Well, how
Yeah, you're-
far? How far does that reach? Because this is only like
10
a 10
10
foot
feet.
room. This is a 10-foot room.
I'm right by her
No,
ankle.
it's
Okay.
So you're. Yeah, you're within 10 feet, just
Oh.
barely.
Okay,
And
so
you
you
said
get
a
a plus 4.
dexterity save.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't.
Never
use it.
mind. I'm great.
So Remy, you go to open the door, and just as you do, you see this hive queen has turned its head and sprays something at you.
Yeah.
You successfully close the door just in time, and as you open it, you see that whatever it sprayed, this nasty gunk,
Oh,
is actually melting away at the metal. It tried
Oh,
to spray
God.
some acid at you that would have
Oh,
done
God.
4d10 acid damage. And I'm going to say, yeah, actually, because it says you take half as much on a successful one, you probably get some gunk on you.
You got
Yeah.
splashed.
So
Yeah.
we're going to see what that does. So that's 4d10.
But-
12.
Yeah, so 12 points of acid damage
Okay.
as this alien blood essentially. Actually, I didn't realize that I was making the movie Alien or Aliens, I guess in this case when I was writing this, but apparently I did. As this acid spray kind of drips on you and sears into you just a little bit.
Oh.
But
Somebody
yes,
needs to get in their underwear right away. Hey, look at Midge. You've got the curliest hair, like Sigourney Weaver.
Give Midge
You're
a
Sigourney
cat.
Weaver, then.
Don't shave me. No.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take
Okay.
that damage and then.
So you,
Let's
yeah, you
try to
cast your
cast a
fireball,
fireball.
and it needs to do a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. Aw.
Maybe it'll
Seriously, dog?
melt
What
the
about-
tattoo off her face for more to put in her book.
Excuse you.
Didn't.
What about? Are there any of the other like little ones down there still?
You look down, and it is surrounded by the immolated corpses of its brethren and horde.
Well, it
Its
still takes
hive.
half damage, so
Okay.
it'll take 15 again.
Okay. Yeah, you've severely damaged this thing, but it is still holding up as far as things go, and it is still taking up a decent amount of the space that you see below.
Fireball ram. Just.
Another one.
Well, it's no. I mean.
Yours.
My
yours.
sphere. I'll be
Okay.
sitting there. I'm like, okay, I can't do that, but I'll keep having mine roll into it.
Yeah, we can maintain initiative order at this point. So, is there anything Morag wants to do?
I want to open the door. It's scary.
Oh, the door's just open now. Like...
I'll put my hands up like this, and I'll go boom, boom, 2 Eldritch Blasts down there really fast and try not to get attacked, and then
Acid
barrel
splashed.
roll back.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah. Probably should have looked and aimed better.
I will say that if you all are going to be attacking through the door, for fairness' sake, this thing is going to get opportunity attacks anytime it sees something. It is going to have disadvantage on them, as
Okay.
you are kind of poking through the door, but it is going to take 2 spike attacks towards
Ooh.
Morag. So that is an 8 and an 8.
Uh, 8 to hit?
Yes.
An 8 and an 18 was the second one.
It's got
Oh,
disadvantage.
It's disadvantage.
Yeah. So no.
Okay. So Morag is fine. Both of hers don't hit, so it's even Stevens for everybody.
Respect.
What would Midge like to do?
Wow. I definitely don't want that to happen to me, but since it just happened to her, whee! I'm gonna have it ram it. The flaming sphere ram the Big Mama, and then I guess I'm just gonna. I don't want to expend any. I got stuff to do, so firebolt. So
Okay, yeah.
wow, I might as well just. Firebolt does a lot better than the sphere. So there's firebolt, and we'll roll sphere damage. Dex save for half.
Okay.
It passes.
18.
So 22 points of fire damage total.
Okay.
And yeah, just hunker back and get out of the way for everybody else to do their things. It's like fishing with dynamite.
It kind
Yeah.
of is. Shooting fish in a barrel, at least.
Yeah, this thing is looking very rough at this point. All right, and it's Remy's turn.
I'm just gonna cast Firebolt down there too, because I don't want to keep wasting my spell slots.
Yeah.
That does not hit,
Oh no.
and it is
Okay.
going to take 2 spike attacks.
No. Oh.
So that is a 23 and a
that's-
19.
Yeah, those are gonna hit me.
Does it still have?
I don't have an AC. May as well not.
So that's going to be 7 plus 5, so 13 points. Or sorry, 12 points of damage.
Awesome.
And Nathaniel's turn.
Yeah. Can he like get down there to attack it?
Sure. Yeah, you could
Alright.
drop him down.
Yeah, have him go down there and just fuck it up, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a better one. Good job. You got one at least.
Got
Dude's
one.
so good at touching.
Caress it, Nathaniel.
14.
Nathaniel has successfully incinerated
Good
this hive
job.
queen.
Real MVP.
Good job, Nathaniel.
As he does, the creature itself begins to kind of sizzle, and at a certain point, it pops almost like a popcorn kernel with its
Yeah.
thorax exploding outwards.
Disgusting.
Gross.
And you see a series of what you would imagine are eggs as they begin to burn and sizzle as well.
As long
Thanks
as
for
they're
that, Jared.
dying.
Now
oh my
I'll never
God.
get to sleep again.
Yeah, some popcorn bug eggs. Yummy.
And you all have successfully eliminated what you imagine to be this hive of insectoid-like monstrosities.
Take a second
Delicious.
to like listen and make sure we don't hear any more skittering.
Yeah, that's gonna be the worst thing, cause like then there's just gonna be a really, really loud, like even louder, it's like,
Yeah,
like
right.
from somewhere deep within.
The daddy's home now.
Daddy's home. That was mommy. Now we gotta do a daddy.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception checks if you are listening.
I don't know if I want to hear anything.
And,
I can't hear with this helmet on. It's just
Well,
too stifling.
No,
You both
yeah.
hear Fuck
Yeah.
all, yeah.
There's been so much sizzling and popping in
I
there.
hear the blood pounding in my
Ears.
ears after all the smoke I inhaled.
Yeah.
None of you hear anything. It is very silent right now. You do hear the sizzling, the popping, the smoke and whatnot. But I mean, this is there's a sense of echo that happens inside of this colossus, and you don't hear any skittering or movement besides your own.
Our own skittering.
Yes, yes, the sound of Morag's claws against the metal sheeting. Yeah.
I'm gonna go down a level and make sure it's all cleared out.
Yeah, we should move down.
Careful, the rungs are hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drop down the ladder and land directly on one of the corpses of these things with a nice, solid splat
Yeah.
that spreads its purplish blood everywhere. Yeah, you take a look around, and Cyrus would know what this room is. He's seen plenty of them. This is a barracks. This is it has the only beds that you have seen, which for the most part have been torn up and made into nesting. But the metal frames of the beds remain. And there was a table at the center, which the queen had sufficiently crushed under her weight. Not much else in this room. It seems like this was the living quarters for anyone who may have been aboard, and also the staging area for any soldiers who were dispersing themselves after a colossus would invade a city or battlefield.
I
Wow.
shout up the ladder. Looks clear down here, gang.
Poke
Maybe
around
we'll
a
go
little
down
bit.
just to like
Yeah.
to get Nathaniel back in his crystal.
Eldritch Sight picking up any shiny magical auras anywhere?
Not in this room.
Yes, the Kruthic Queen had a magical longsword.
Hey, they could have been hoarding like a nest of shiny objects.
Yes, you find 20 gold and
Oh.
a legendary staff.
Yeah.
Cloak of the Archmage she had been wearing.
Yes, she
Just didn't
had
fit,
it tied
yeah.
around her.
I should have used it.
All right. Okay. So nothing on this floor of interest, it appears, other than Kruthic junk. If Midge would like to take a sample.
Oh yeah, now I will. Now that they're not
Yeah, get some
immediately.
samples.
I'm gonna go for the mama. I wanna. And if there's any eggs. Yep.
Get a
Gotta get me.
yeah, like preserve an egg
I don't.
in a jar.
If there's any preservable, I will definitely grab whatever I can from the mama.
Cyrus
Yeah.
looks at all the like bug guts and blood on his armor, and he goes, "I miss my squire."
I prestidigitate it all off of you.
There you go.
Glenn can't do that.
Do you want to be a squire? Morgan?
Yeah, Morag, would you like to be my squire? I'll teach you how to be a knight.
Yeah, maybe later.
So Midge, you successfully get some pieces of chitin, and you also get an egg that seems mostly intact by what you can tell. It's very membranous with once again the reddish purple kind of chitinless structure. What's that phobia from like having a bunch of tiny holes all over something? It's very much like that. It's very alien looking. Is my
Is
point.
it
Not face hugger
undulating?
looking. No, it doesn't seem to be
Throbbing?
moving at this point, but it certainly doesn't have that weird little opening where something's going to come out and grab you.
So, is it this big or smaller?
Yeah, I'm going to say it would be considered tiny. So yeah, it is, we'll say bowling ball size. That seems to be the
8-pound or 16-pound?
this
Why is
was
everything bowling balls?
this was a preemie. It wasn't fully.
Aw.
Yeah, it literally popped out of its mother prematurely. So yeah.
Okay, so if
Call
it's
it Ahab.
This is
too.
disgusting.
well,
All
I'm gonna.
of
I
this
was
is
I was hoping
disgusting.
it's smaller. I could put inside Ahab's hull. I have a little pot. I have a little.
Don't do
thing
that
in
to
there.
Ahab.
Do not incubate an egg in Ahab, please.
Listen.
Nurture over
Listen.
nature. Look at
I
me.
know you want a
Your
mount
son has
of
become a
roast
father.
bug mound. Ahab's gonna be a mom.
Papa, yes, Ahab, I am a father now.
I'm gonna signal for Ahab to get out off the backpack and have him float over. And well, I guess you can't be a mother today, Ahab, but we're just gonna put this right on the deck here. Let me grab your little tiny ropes and put it in here, and there we go. And I'll strap it into the onto the deck of Ahab. It's being tiny, and since I think he's on the larger side of tiny, I think the price. I'm gonna assume it might slow him down or something.
We'll call it even. It's all good.
You want to
Yep.
put it in the bag of holding? It
No.
probably doesn't need to breathe until it hatches.
But if it does, it might die in there.
You're not gonna let it hatch, are you, Midge?
No, nope. No more nightmare creatures. Nope. Ahab's gonna
I
watch
know.
him. It's all gonna be good.
We're gonna have omelets tomorrow.
Yes. Scramble it.
I've really hated this episode of our
This
game.
is all disgusting. Everything
Morag's
here.
liking it.
is
Nate, I really appreciate
disgusting.
that.
I'm gonna give him an elixir
yeah,
to Rami.
Pondus, what's next?
Well, I believe that the next lower level should be the abdomen, where the power core is held.
What if there's more bugs down there?
We handled an entire nest of them pretty easy, and maybe we'll be all right.
What if they're even bigger?
I'll have to hit it twice instead of once. I don't know.
It does stand to reason that there could be some spread throughout this Colossus. So,
Well, keep your fireball spells ready.
Yeah, Pondus.
Yeah, ponder.
Where you at with your fireball? Oh yeah, I know fireball.
It was really tight in there. Okay.
Yeah, he was worried about oxygen depravity.
You're gonna blast Morag in the back of the head with a fireball. Excuse
You
me.
gotta be like Rami and just like just not even paying attention.
Just all
Just
be like
flinging
Rami and
fire.
just set everything on fire.
Yeah.
The light
little-
dances in her eyes.
Pondus knows about carbon monoxide poisoning. He knows what's up.
He's all into that science stuff.
All right,
He's
down a
a
level we go, I
nerd.
guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Down a level, you go to the abdomen. It is a very narrow space, like the one you were in before, only about 10 feet wide. Directly in front of you is the power core. It is behind two semi-translucent doors with a locking mechanism on them. And off to the side, you can actually see where the Warforged has become fused with the cliffside. And you can actually see where there is no discernment between the metal and the rock itself, which seems to actually lead through a tunneling system towards a structure further within the cliff.
Oh, like maybe that's where the Kruthix got in.
Perhaps.
The tunnel looks not man-made, but what is beyond, you can see glints of metal.
interesting.
You did say, Pondus did say that they used like the cliffside as scaffolding when they were building these things. So this could
did.
be like some sort of facility down here.
Potentially, yeah.
So this
That's worth
thing could
investigating.
never. It might not have even like left its birth. You would say like it could have originated here and then just got stuck here, never having launched.
Yeah, maybe it never got activated.
Yeah.
Maybe.
so it's just not ready.
So we can possibly check out this.
Facility?
Yeah. There could be documentation that Lord Merrick's would like.
Oh.
What's going on with the power core?
Yes, if we do access the power core, that often is trapped. So we should be particularly careful of that. But the power core should contain within it a rather large Kyber dragon shard, which is, of course, intensely valuable. And I'm speaking that the entire structure itself is about the size of a wine barrel.
The shard is?
The shard is almost half of that, but the entire
How big is that in
apparatus.
bowling balls?
How many
We're
balls-
doing bowling
The
ball
bowling balls can
math.
fit in a
Yes.
wine barrel.
Unit of measure.
Eric,
Bowling
this is your
balls
like
are
obnoxious
aesthetic.
D&D math for this week. How many
Chianti,
bowling
or
balls?
is it a nice California?
So- And
the hell?
is our base 8 pound or 6 pound? What do we?
Yeah. What size bowling ball are we using?
Are we using bumpers? Or are we? If we're talking
does
about the
the-
dragon shard, it's going to be pretty sizable.
Okay.
Okay.
Similar to the other one.
Bigger.
Even bigger, about
Bigger
double that.
Like that, yeah,
Okay,
that one was
cool.
like this big. That one's-
Yeah, probably watermelon size.
Well,
Big
Midge,
melon.
see if you can disable any traps on it.
I'll come up and help you if you want.
Ooh.
Give you a help action. Don't ask me why I know how to use thieves' tools.
I already did, and you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I suppose. Sure. Definitely yes. I'm going to assume that if there are traps, which there are in here, that this is probably the daddy of all traps. So, Rami, Cyrus, Pondus, you three might want to get farther away this time.
Okay.
I'll stand back and take the dodge action and hide behind my shield.
Can I
Maybe we'll
combine a
hide
help
behind.
action with casting guidance?
No, they're both in action, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be one or the other.
The help action would probably be more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure I just need you over my shoulder, make sure I don't screw up, and to embrace
Clip the red
horrors
wire,
with me.
Mitch.
We'll
That was the
definitely
red wire.
click.
Green wire.
Hey.
He's the
So,
green wire and
Midge, you
Brian.
can roll perception. You can roll investigation. You can roll thieves' tools, tinker tools, whatever you want.
Okay. Well, Tinker it is. It's the highest I can get.
All right. Midge, you notice that, yes, much to your credit, this probably is the granddaddy of all traps. Not only is there a series of poison darts, which would fire at anyone who tried to open this door without proper deactivation. There is also a pit trap, which you kind of gather.
Would it drop you into the crotch?
It would drop you out of the crotch. It would pee you
Oh, even
out,
better.
and you would fall 150 feet to your death.
I cast
Yes.
incontinence.
Yes, or perhaps it might drop you out the back. It might. This trap might literally poop you out by dropping you down a slide. I didn't make that. I literally made it up just now. Yeah,
Pull
this
the
is what you
lever,
do.
Troll.
You all do this to me. So yeah, you recognize that you are definitely able to avoid both traps, and we'll say that you are able to also open the semi-translucent doors, and you have access to the mostly powered down power system.
So everything in the ship will stop, or the Titan will stop working once we pull this, right? This is powering.
It will lose all of its power at that point. It is it's a Kyber Dragon shard, and you also notice that centered above it is a what Pondus points out as the central true docent.
The docent. Oh. Fuck, what do I want to touch first?
Get in there with both hands, baby.
And
What?
that's the like artificial intelligence that's in this, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and as Midge opens the doors, you do hear that voice again. It says, "Caution, caution, powering down will power down docent. Is this what you want to do?"
Brammy, tell it yes.
So look at Pondus, like making sure, like that's what we're supposed to do.
I guess, yeah. It's
Tell
Yes.
verified. Removal of docent authorized.
Whew. So glad you did that. Okay. Well, we want to go with the. We don't want brain. We don't want the brain doing anything shifty. So let's take the power out first. And we'll.
Wait, doesn't someone who can handle that need to handle that?
I thought it. I don't know. I thought it didn't matter.
I think anyone can touch a dragon shard. Like
Yeah.
you just won't be able to communicate with it.
Yeah.
necessarily.
It's held within a. So when I described the power structure, the dragon shard is kind of contained within this wine barrel like size. That's how they describe it in the book, as wine barrel sized. But that's all of like the hookups and the connection ports and everything like that. That the dragon shard is powering and sourcing through that energy. That's where it all kind of is. I imagine that a wine barrel's maybe a little bit bigger than Midge, maybe about his size if we're talking on the smaller side of a wine barrel. So yeah, Midge could probably take care of the hookups and everything. But for Midge, it would be a strength check to move it any further than that.
Does the strong guy need to get in there and grab something then? Is that what we're hinting at?
Hold on.
Yeah, let's get Morag in there.
Yeah.
And,
Their little willowy arms.
Yeah.
Okay. As much as I really want to be the one to take this thing out, I can't. It's too big. Too big. So, anybody want to take the heart? I'll take the brain.
Yeah, you can advise Cyrus, perhaps.
Well, wouldn't it be we just need to take the entire, like you said, so like a wine barrel size encasement? We just pick the whole thing up and take it without having to like dissect it?
I mean,
Derek,
just
is
it's
that
heavy.
possible?
who
You're
want to?
muted, Doug.
I'm sorry. Yes, you certainly could do that.
But then we'd have to like pack it around.
Well,
Is it
then
big
we
enough
have
to
like
fit in
a
the
storage area, like
bag
in
of
our...
holding? Wine barrel is supposed to be able, or a bag of holding is supposed to be open up to 4 feet. I think anything over 4 feet in diameter wouldn't be able to fit in it.
And
So it
wine
might-
barrel's less than 4 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we can just
the
put it
whole
in there.
barrel could fit? Okay.
Yeah, let's put the whole thing in there.
How?
I'll
Don't
Donkey
we
Kong
just
it up
have
and
to-
pick up the whole thing then.
We got a story to tell. I'm not going to nitpick about this.
Yeah.
All right, Midge, if you're sure it's all disconnected and whatnot, I'll grab it.
Oh yeah, fine tooth comb, brother. Fine tooth comb. It's good.
Enough of your shampoo talk.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess that works there too, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's the biggest takeaway from this episode this week is we established Midge's backstory as a shampoo
Yes,
creator.
I love
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yeah. I never did say my master / mentor's name.
Mhm.
It was a
Yeah.
hairdresser.
Vidal.
It was Johnson and Johnson.
Yes, his name was. He's an elf, so Vidal fits.
Okay, I lift up the barrel and
Okay.
shove it in Moreg's bag hole.
Yeah, with Midge's assistance, you're able to detach it. Okay, Morag's bag hole is it's shoved in, but still there's plenty of room for other stuff. And Midge goes to reach for the docent, and with a click, detaches it. It's about like softball sized. Actually, no, it's probably smaller than that because
You
it
mean
says
a tiny bowling ball?
yes, tiny bowling ball. It's actually probably smaller than that because it says that Warforged can like insert them into their eye sockets.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe like ping pong.
Oh. Well.
So it's like the size of like Rammy's little.
Sure, yeah.
Midge needs a necklace for his docent.
Aw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not my
And when you remove the barrel, all of the lights around you shut off.
Midge, plug the docent into Ahab and make it a super smart mechanical toy.
A
That's awesome.
smart.
Oh, you're
Ahab.
ruining the
smart
surprise. You're ruining the surprise. We'll see what it does later. This isn't my area of expertise, so it's gonna take a little longer to figure this out.
All right. Well, this was an excellent adventure so far, gang. We got all kinds of good stuff out of here.
And then we just need something that's actually useful at clearing the Kenneth name.
Well,
Or Kenneth.
I'm sure he
name.
would appreciate some of these things, but I guess once we get to... Oh my god, I forgot the name of the city we're going to.
Making.
Making. Once we get to making, like, we should be able to find out, hopefully, maybe something that happens or what happened. And
I think we want to also check out the facility that this Colossus is attached to.
Yeah, I'll poke around there a little unless it gets too scary.
You're worried about it getting too scary now?
I
Well,
am.
I don't want to die before we get to the mission protocols.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I think that's a good enough stopping point, so we will leave it there. You are now standing in the dark belly, literally, the dark belly of this Colossus with the potential for exploring further into what you imagine might be a research facility, maybe something else. Thank you all for joining us once again. Thank you to my lovely players. As always, it is an amazing game. And so I would love to hear some shout outs from them right now. We'll start, as always, with Jillian.
Hey, it's me. I had a great time again. Find me on the interwebs. I'm Jillian of Midgard. Jillian of Midgard most places, and then Jill of Midgard on Twitter. I do Dungeons and Dragons role-playing game, gaming enhancement tools, and art. So check that out, and hopefully we'll survive till next week. I say, not sounding too bleak about the real world.
To be fair, as a group, we took like 10 damage that entire fight. I think we're.
I took
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Oh, did you really?
actually.
I didn't know
Yeah.
you were that hurt.
I was
No, I
talking
took-
about us in the real world.
Oh,
being back next week.
Julian surviving until next week.
Hopefully,
Yes.
I'll be back next
Watch
week.
out for the murder bees.
Fictional
Yeah.
dangers are fun. Real world dangers are sad.
Yes.
But you know what isn't sad is Nate. What's up, Nate?
It's a solid transition there.
It's the best one I had.
I had a blast this week. Cyrus is stoked to do the little action hero type stuff, and we got to dig into a cool Colossus. This was definitely one of my favorite sessions we've had, other than the like permanently scarring imagery Derek described. But that's his job. You know what? I'm not going to fault him for that. This research facility feels like a bonus cherry on top of the sundae. I had no idea this would be here. So, like, we already found a ton of stuff. I can't wait to see what we find down this dark, scary path.
Yeah, me either. I need to figure out what you're going to find out in this. No, it's all planned out. I don't wing this shit or make it up as I go. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff that has wings and isn't shit. Hey.
Wait. Oh.
I feel better
Okay.
now.
I don't know. My other ones have been.
Yeah. Kyle feels better about his segues now.
Thank you, Derek.
I mean,
Not
I'll
as easy as
take
it
it.
looks, everybody.
I'll
Wings
take
because
it.
the morning star. Hey, Kay's a lovely person. That's not a segue. It's a fact. Hey, Kay.
Derek, I love you. Hi everyone, I'm Kay. I'm at ironic_cupcake on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram if that's your kind of thing. Oh man, this felt like so like I don't know. Sometimes when we're playing, it's just like, oh yeah, we play for large chunks of time. This one just went so fast. We had so much we were doing. We got a lot of shit done. I mean, this is insane. I mean, I feel like while we might not reach the climax of the story and stuff, if we wanted to, we could just piece the fuck out after getting all this stuff. I mean, I'm not going to, but holy crap, we did so much stuff. We have all this. This should be more than enough to make Lord Merrick's happy, for one. So if he tries to throw some sort of pitch fit, excuse you. Lots of disgusting stuff, and I don't like the mouths on the bugs. That's my least favorite thing ever in any situation. Disgusting. So thank you for that, Derek. I'm going to be thinking about gross bug mouths all day now.
Little mandibles. These were, if anyone was wondering, these are Kruthiks. I believe that they are in Mordenkainen's Tomophos, maybe. They're in one of the books. So, but yes, you can always just Google Kruthik and find out. I love that you guys. You always have the option just to not do something. You always have the option just to take what you have and head back. There is absolutely no requirement to meet whatever big bag there may or may not be. The story can end whatever you want. So as of right now, everyone, I should say that we have at least 2 more sessions planned. Probably more at this point. Maybe one. We'll see how it goes. And a special shout out to letting us all play this amazing game and do the stuff on his channel. And a special thank you, Kyle. Thank you so much.
Oh, sweet segue. Boy, it wouldn't have been nice if Kay got a sweet segue. That would have been good. I'm joking.
He called me an angel, kinda. I'm taking it. It's fine.
He totally redeemed himself.
Segue envy going on around here now.
Yeah.
Kyle, do you really want to start
Yeah.
categorizing our segues by how good they are?
No, I
think
can't.
that's a dangerous road for you to travel down.
That's a dangerous game to play. It is, because mine are awful. So, I had a great time as always, Derek. I look to you as being far more proficient, usually with segues, as well as this very awesomely structured adventure. It had everything in it. It had role play. It had cool items and gross creatures and pretty much everything you would expect when entering the insides of a large mechanical creature, including nipple ports and butt shoots. So it's all the maturity all packed into one. I love it. Had a great time, and I look very much forward to next week. And yeah, I'll do all the wrap up stuff as soon as I turn it over to you, Derek.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And hi, everybody. I am Derek Sword. I'm DSword16 on Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. I'm if you want to see pictures of my dogs and a lot of the stuff from when I used to travel the country, you can go to Instagram and look up sword_dogs. That's our account there. But I'm lots of places where you can find me. I'm, of course, here every Saturday, probably for the rest of time, and perhaps even beyond that, because time is a construct. And every other Tuesday, I am on Uncanny Adventures for a Call of Cthulhu Shadows over Stillwater game. We've been off for a few weeks now because mental health is important as well as physical health. But definitely check out the Twitter for Uncanny Adventures to see when we're going to be coming next soon for that. I'm also the co-host of the podcast Monster Crush, which we should have a new episode out now, or at least soon. And it's an amazing podcast that I do with my good friend Heavenly. And every now and then we'll talk with Ellie, who Heavenly started the podcast with. They're amazing people, and we get to talk about monsters, which obviously I love. And we get to talk about whether they'd be good to date and whether they'd be good to smooch. And I'm going to say Kruthix with their 3-part mouths. Probably weird smooches more than anything else. I'm not going to categorize good or bad because I don't want to yuck any yums, but it's probably different than what you're used to. All that said, thank you again, everyone. I've been super excited about this session. I've told anybody who would bear to listen to me talk about D&D at work that my players are going to be exploring a giant robot in this session, and I will say that the Kruthix you all did roll for. I didn't know what I was going to put inside them and inside the Colossus, but you all got to pick, so that's great. And yeah, I love seeing you guys RP stuff out. There absolutely could have been another encounter for sure if you guys had done things differently, and I can't wait to see what you explore and find next time. So you all are incredible. And I always look forward to Saturdays. So thank you very much.
Oh, that was very good. Very good. And yes, and we all look forward to this. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. Quinn, along for the whole ride. Thanks, Quinn. I'm glad to have you as part of the community. Yeah, anybody else who's not part of the Discord, come join the Discord. We do one-shots, community one-shots on Fridays. That might be actually Thursday this coming week. We'll see. Scheduling stuff. I'll announce that probably tomorrow or Monday. And yeah, check out YouTube stuff. We have Stalwart Initiative. YouTube is educational, all D&D right now. Maybe branch out into other TTRPGs later. But educational D&D stuff. And the Stalwart Archives, where we put all these episodes of our currently running campaigns in there. Don't do the one-shots because it's already an extremely large amount of time to upload these long games. Download them from Twitch, upload them onto YouTube, etc., etc. So, but yeah, that's all our stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's raid somebody. It looks like Plot Hunters are on. Those gals are very, very cool. Have one of our, yeah, they are on. Okay. Yeah, we'll raid Plot Hunters, show them some love. And yeah, then we'll be back Wednesday. We'll be back Wednesday with Strands of the Sun, our desert campaign. And yeah, until next week, until next Saturday, we'll see everyone back on Shade and Cinder.
Take care of yourselves, everybody. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Social distance. Be good. We love you.
Be good. Be good. Just